Alrighty, I believe we are now live. I think we're live. I'm pretty sure we're live right now. Yes, we are. We see it on the screen.
It's right there.
So, we have 2 cameras right now, which is pretty crazy.
This looks good.
Guys, we're on a stoop right now in LA. It's, it's pretty crazy. We're on a stoop in LA.
Good.
Wait, that actually looks really good.
You thought it was going to be too dark.
Yeah, wait, that looks good. Wait, I just realized you changed it. Wait, what the?
Yeah.
What is this?
Initial D.
Wait, what the heck? That's a sick shirt.
This shirt looks too much like my skin tone, actually.
You want to go change it again?
Naked.
You want to change it? It's fine? Okay,
it's fine.
Good.
It's fine.
All right, man. I'm very, very excited to be launching my monthly podcast.
Monthly?
I'm going to do this monthly.
Okay.
There's a chance that, if I'm feeling it or if I have a really cool opportunity, I'll do it like twice a month. But right now, I'm trying not to over-challenge myself. I'm going to do it just like once a month.
Keem, the overachiever.
I'm just trying my best, man.
I know, I love it.
I like to mix up my content, and that's one thing that I'm trying to do right now, especially diversify my stuff. So, yeah. But before I get into the introduction of the podcast, okay, yeah. How does it sound, chat? Type a 1 if you guys hear us clearly. Type a 2 if you don't.
Weebert.
You might need to, I don't know if you got to go closer because it's dynamic mic, right? It's fine? Okay.
These got cloud lifters on them.
So apparently it sounds really good. This should be fine.
Does it sound amazing?
Yeah, rated on a scale of 1 through 10.
And can you guys stop looking at my caca, please?
Bro, you're doing it on purpose.
No,
now.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
Yeah, you are. You're actually doing it. All right, so apparently my mic is peaking a little bit.
It's just,
and I trust that man, Nico.
Right
so.
At the junk.
Yeah, it's it's the first episode of the podcast. It's gonna get better and better from here. Hopefully, I mean, actually, it's gonna be kind of tough because we do have a producer today, guys. Can we get some claps in the chat for John SF? He actually was gracious enough to produce the episode for me today. So he's helping me out a lot with he's just doing me a huge favor as a friend. So I really appreciate John.
Also, you're welcome for using my house.
I was going to get to that when I officially introduced the podcast, but you just had to go there.
I don't know. I mean,
and just try to, take all the credit and everything like that, right?
That's me, dude. That's me. I'm a credit taker. I don't get enough credit, okay?
Yeah. So John, I just wanted to say thanks, man, just for producing it. And it was pretty rocky, the planning. I've been very busy, like, in my trip in LA so far. And so, I was really bad about communicating leading up to this, and so everything was very last minute. So I do really appreciate that, man. Thank you, bro. All right. So with that said, I think we'll get started officially with the podcast. I do want to make a little bit of a disclaimer. It's in the chat. It's pinned. I'm going to do my best to have moments of the podcast when moments of the podcast where we do address the chat. But for the most part, to be very transparent with you guys, this podcast is going to be a conversation between me and Cook, who's my guest today. And then, wherever we can integrate ourselves into the conversation with you guys, that'd be great. But if not, So, all right, John, you have a look at the chat, right? Okay, sweet.
I look like a thumb, dude. What the heck?
I guess the good thing about doing the podcast live, now that I'm realizing it, is that chat can help us with things like this.
Yeah.
And then we just take the actual episode and then we edit it and put it on the platform that I want to put it on the most, which is YouTube. So,
well, I mean, since we didn't actually officially start just yet, I'm just looking at myself. I look tiny. Yeah. I look like I lost a lot of weight.
To be honest with you, you don't look that much thicker than me. And I'm a skinny guy.
This is weird.
Yeah.
I'm usually way heavier than you.
What do you
and
mean?
Bigger.
No, you're
taller and thicker.
Here's the thing, though. Whenever you come back from, what I noticed is that whenever you come back from a really long trip of traveling, you lose a lot of weight. You always look fit when you come back. It's because you're working your ass off doing IRL streaming.
Is it?
And sweating like crazy.
I think when I'm traveling, all I'm doing is eating junk food, right? So I'm carb loading like crazy, right? And I'm getting thicker and thicker. But when I get home, I live like a poor hobo, So I'm just sitting at home eating bagel sandwiches all day. It's a bagel sandwich or a ham and cheese.
God.
That's my diet.
Oh my God. Well, anyway. This is good podcast material. Okay, so
I mean, just put this in like the post credits, like bonus.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
The bonus
all right?
stuff.
Okay, so we're gonna get officially started with the podcast now. I want to say that I'm very excited for this, and I'm looking forward to this.
I'm proud of you, man.
All right, on
Proud
the
of this
Stoop,
guy.
episode 1, first ever podcast episode. I'm here today with my guest, IRL extraordinaire. But as I would like to say,
Extraordinaire.
the host
with the
with the most.
Wait, I say extraordinary.
The most what?
Well, we don't know yet.
You see, I know my guests, and I know my
This guy
friends well,
did his
so
research.
I did my research a little bit.
Yeah.
But On the Stoop is basically a podcast that I thought about, like a little bit of an idea, and it's basically just recreating like that nostalgic feel that I had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And just that excitement of hanging out with your friends on the side of the stoop in New York, because I'm from New York.
Dude, do you remember when we were in New York streaming and we were sitting on a stoop? When we ate the fish.
So that's part of the reason why I started this podcast.
No way.
Because that is actually one of my favorite streams of all time.
That was a good stream.
Yeah. It was a very good stream. Just the whole day was great.
Yeah.
We split that stream. But that's actually what made me think of the idea, because we literally, maybe it's because we're just good entertainers, right? Come on, dude. All right.
We're good.
We're not. Listen, it's a conversation between me and you.
I know,
we're not forming chat right now.
I'm not farming anything. I'm just saying
We are. I'm a good entertainer.
So technically speaking, this is my podcast.
No, it's not, because you didn't capitalize on it. You didn't take the idea.
This
Anyway,
is not my idea.
but that stream, we literally sat on a stoop.
That was a good stream.
For a good 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy good content. We didn't do anything but just sit there and just talk.
Right.
We had that that random person come up to the sniper.
The sniper. With
I forgot whose son.
It was Elaine's mom's
son. No,
Elaine's mom.
yeah.
Elaine's whatever, something like that.
Yeah. And then
he was shaking, as he was eating that Holland herring from Russ and Daughters. He was just like,
I know,
Yeah.
because I actually ate that. I tried to eat that fish. Cook got it for me as almost like a gift, and I try to eat it, and I just cannot do fish. Like, especially, I don't eat lox. I don't do any of that.
How do you not do that? You're from New York, bro.
I don't like the fish like that. It's just too slimy. The texture's not good. It stinks.
What about sushi?
Sushi's different though. It doesn't it's not as pungent. So I appreciate sushi.
Okay.
It's not as pungent to me. So
Okay. So it's a texture but mixed in with fragrance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of. But that was a crazy stream because
he
just came up to us afterwards, and after I spit out the fish, you
Yeah.
challenged him to eat the fish for money. How much did you give? Was it $100, right?
I don't remember.
I forgot what it was, but you
I don't
challenged
remember.
him, and then he ate that thing. He almost gagged and threw up.
That was awesome.
It's crazy.
That was awesome.
But
I love that.
that's the feel that I
Yeah.
wanted to kind of go for. I wanted to create that spontaneous feel where we're just excited to just hang out and talk to each other and create something out of nothing, right?
Chat, by the way, if you guys want to see that stream, you can go to my youtube.com/CookSucksVODS VOD channel, where you can search up Keem, and then all of our collabs.
And hopefully subscribe to me as well, because I need the subscribers
Yeah.
a lot. I'm trying to build up my YouTube right now. So
Listen, I'm just doing a little bit of promo while I'm on here. That's
why
why I'm here, right? To promote myself.
Dude, you don't need to be promoting yourself on my podcast.
When you're watching The Late Show, Conan O'Brien, Jay Leno, blah blah blah, all the guests come to promote their thing. That's why they're the guests.
Oh my god. Anyway, so On the Stoop is technically supposed to be a podcast that is outside. It's like an IRL integration, and we wanted to do it on a stoop or like a staircase.
Yeah.
But for some reason in LA, like yesterday night and today, it's drizzling. It's potential rain downfall. And come on, in LA, that's
wet.
weird. Yeah, it's a little wet on the floor. And so I just made the executive decision where I was like, you know what? Let's just bring it to inside and just not take any risks.
I feel like it's because it's me as the guest. If it was anybody else, you'd be like, no, we got to find that stoop.
No.
It's Cook will be okay with us just setting up a podcast in his house.
No. I mean,
I'll give
there
him
is a little bit of truth to that in that, I am closer with you than maybe some other people I might have on the podcast. But for the most part, no, that's not the reason why. It's because I didn't want us to sit in the freaking wet ground.
If freaking Timmy was like, "Hey, let me be a guest on your," you'd be like, "I need
Which
to find
Timmy?
the freak." It's Timmy.
Hell yeah, I would. Are you
I gotta
kidding
find
me,
this
dude?
Stoop.
You know how hard it would be for me to get him on my podcast?
Hey, I feel like at this rate, you got 2 more months, man.
What do you mean?
You're climbing that ladder, brother.
All right, so that's the first thing that I wanted to talk about in the podcast today. Just a little bit of like personal stuff, and you know, there are some things about you and your stream journey and your lore that I kind of don't really know. So I wanted to ask you like a couple of like personal questions that have to do, you know, sorry, that sounds really serious. It's not going to be serious personal questions, but a little bit about your lore. But before we get into that stuff,
my legs look muscular.
I was thinking that maybe we go over the section with the meal, okay?
Yeah.
So
that's the important part.
As you guys can see, we have some food here. All right. And a big part of the podcast for me is not only like having the conversations, the real conversation, but it's also like whenever I would be on the stoop hanging out with my friends, we'd always have a bev, a little snack or a sandwich from the bodega or shout out Subway. Okay. We did have some Subway. That was me. But for you, I don't know if this is your childhood because you're from Michigan.
Yeah, from Michigan.
But you are from, you know, LA. You are from K-Town. You're a K-Town representative.
Former K-Town royalty.
Yeah.
Not no more.
So I asked Cook as my guest, I asked him, where can we go get like some snackies? Where can we go get like a quick meal for us to eat as we're doing the podcast? Just casual shit. You know? So tell him what it's about, bro. What is this?
I was like, I got to take you to my spot. This is my spot. Brothers Sandwich. All right? Brothers Sandwich. I don't know. What camera?
Yeah, probably that one, the
right
second
here.
one. We have 2 cameras.
So this place uses official Boar's Head deli meats. All right? They got some good breads. It's chock full of meats and veggies and all that stuff. I mean, there's so many different sandwiches on the menu. It's chonky. It's a little pricey, but it's
not sponsored.
Yeah, it's not sponsored.
It's not sponsored.
But this is the to be honest, when I come home and I'm hungry, and if I don't have any groceries in my fridge, which is 7 days out of the 10 days a week, this is what I eat, man. I get Brothers Sandwich because I just walk there, order sandwich, and sometimes if I'm not like super hungry, I can eat half of it, and then I can eat the other half for dinner. That's why I'm losing weight because I don't eat that much. Yeah. But the key is, even though the sandwich is good, they're freaking mac salad. This is God in a dish, and he came in it. If God could come, this is God's come. You know? I know, I'm hyping it up, and when Keem eats it, he's like, what the fuck is this?
It's listen, for me, it's not about how crazy good it's going to be. This is not a food podcast.
Yeah.
It's about the nostalgia. It's about like the consistency and the familiarity, right? So
but I'm breaking bread with you. My regular.
Yes.
This is my regular, okay?
So we got 2 sandwiches. This is the K-Town first.
Yeah.
You gotta get that crinkly egg. Yeah, bro. We gotta show the close-up, man.
Wait. The paper crinkle. Oh yeah.
This is the K-Town.
It's focusing on his face. You have to hide your face.
Oh, oops.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
And then there you go. And then you can bring it closer.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, we're looking at we're looking at a stream, but there's a delay on it, so you gotta like.
Is this better, John? Yeah. We got the K-Town.
Yeah.
Boston.
We got a K-Town, large on white.
And then the Brothers.
The Brothers.
So
Hey, what up, Rick?
This is their staple sandwich, right?
Yeah, that's their sandwich number 1.
Oh man, look at that cross section. There you go. That's good stuff right there.
Look at that.
You know,
John's got a sandwich too.
yes.
He's got the club. Woo! I can't wait.
We're not in New York at a bodega, but this will do for LA. And then, of course, can't forget the Bev.
The Bev. Can't forget the Bev. Wait, what?
Oh, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
What is that? A meme?
Yeah, it's when you say can't. Wait, let's see if John knows. Can't forget the Bev. my God. Everyone knows the rule.
What?
Can't forget the Bev. Never, never, never. You
the
guys
hell
don't
is
know
that?
Aki? Oh my God. You freaking LA guys, man. Yeah, Aki way. Can't forget the Bev. Never, never, never.
What the hell is that? The
Bro,
only
you
Aki
don't
I know
know-
is Aquafina.
Aki. So an Ak is like the guy at the bodega who makes the sandwiches.
I'm not from New York.
And there's a guy, his name is Aki, right? Well, that's not his actual name. But he's like big on TikTok, and he takes sandwiches, he customizes it for his customers.
Yeah, so what's on TikTok?
Yeah, it's on TikTok. So.
Bro, I make TikToks. I don't watch TikToks.
Okay. All right, but basically for the podcast, we're just
Yeah.
going to be eating the sandwiches just casually, and we have some chips as well. You got to get the chips in the bag.
I love my Ruffles cheddar and sour cream. You know, the thing is, I was like, Keem, I got chips and I got soda in my house. And he's like, no, you got to get it. You got to get it from the spot.
man.
You got to get the whole
pick it
combo.
up. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick it up, and then so we could eat it, bro.
All right, man.
All right, we can eat it throughout the
I
thing.
don't know. I'm a like, I get the sandwich and then I got the rest at home kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got to save a couple dollars here and there, you know, because I'm frugal, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so since we're talking about a little bit of the origins, we're talking about nostalgia and everything like that, the first thing I wanted to ask you was, in a very condensed manner, what this guy's doing ASMR.
Yeah, I know.
I knew this shit would be so. When I asked you to be my guest, I knew it was gonna be hella chaotic.
No.
I was like, this thing's gonna go all over the place.
I'm listening to you.
Okay. So I want to ask you what got you into like live streaming? Like for the people who might be watching the podcast who don't know who you are, you know, like, or who are watching this for the first time, what made you start live streaming? Because you're a live streamer, right?
Okay, well, you know,
It doesn't have to be the entire story, but maybe the spark or something.
back in August 27, 1983, my mom birthed me in Victoria Hospital, London, Ontario. And then
I didn't ask you how you were born, bro.
Well, you gotta get all the context to get to the story.
Okay, continue.
No. Okay, no. TLDR, right? TLDR. I worked in film, television production for many years. All right, and let's just say at a certain point, you know, I was making Instagram stories and things like that just for funsies with whoever wanted to watch that. And, you know, when the running joke when you work in production or entertainment is like, let's say you're working a 16-hour day, right? And you're fucking tired out of your mind. Yeah. Everyone's just looking at each other and like, hey, living the dream, right? Living the dream. And I'm like, man, I'm waking up every morning wanting to jump off a bridge. This is the dream. This is the life. This is what I quit everything for, you know, to do this. To freaking be somebody's problem solver, not be a problem maker. So, you know, I had like one really, like after a string of bad movies that I worked on, I was like, okay, you know, I just got to take a break. And coincidentally enough, one of my best friends, he was having a bachelor party he was having a wedding in Thailand. I was like, you know, I'm going to go to Thailand. And then my best friend Steven, he was in Japan. So doing a convention there. So I was like, I'll go to Japan after that. So during this entire trip, you know, I'm having my own adventures, Instagram storying that stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, it caught the attention of some people out here and they were like, hey, why don't we do a travel show for you?
Huh.
Right. And I'm like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like not necessarily on TV, but it's like, hey, let's start small, like with your take, your unique take on travel.
Yeah.
Let's make like a web series. You know, so like one example would be like we could put it on 88 Rising, you know. But the thing is, I was a nobody. I mean, I'm still a nobody, but I was just a normie NPC person making content with 8,000 followers on Instagram. It was nothing. And they're like, well, you know, but if we do make the show, the easier sell is if you have two people that are making the show. So it's like, we can make this a show with, you know, Steven and you.
Who's
right?
Steven, for the people who don't know?
Just, I'm not trying to name drop, but Steven's my best friend. He's an actor. He was on the critically acclaimed show, Emmy-nominated show Beef recently.
Steven Yun.
Yeah. Just had dinner with him yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But, so that was the thing. And I was like, I don't know if I want to be a +1, you know, on my own show. So I was like, you know what? Let's just not push this anymore. My family is going on this trip to Italy. I was like, why don't I just try it? Why don't I just stream it? And then it just kind of went
Took off from there.
Yeah.
Damn, man. And
I mean, there's a lot to it, but that's kind of the gist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how long, just roughly, have you been streaming for again?
4.5 years.
4.5 years, man. So I asked you, what made you start streaming? But what's kept you going? You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing else that I could do, brother. There's nothing else that I could do. Like, if I go back to entertainment, I'm really gonna. Actually, I don't know. I was gonna say I really would just jump in front of traffic, but I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I don't know. I mean, I didn't think that I would do as well as I'm doing. Not to say that I'm like the biggest streamer out there or anything like that, but I don't know. I love what I do. I love this.
Dude,
I love it.
You are such a natural entertainer, bro. It's like insane.
Really?
Like, you're freaking hilarious. I remember when I first started watching your stream.
Yeah.
I would just spend like hours. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't watch your stream as much anymore. It's mainly because like we're not in the same time zone as much anymore. But back when you were in America, exactly. But I first discovered your stream and your channel when you were in America for an extended period of time, and I was in America, so I was able to watch you a lot. Like when we first like discovered each other, and dude, you're so freaking funny, man. Like it's just like it's so natural to you, and there's certain people who are just not gifted entertainers like in the way that you are. And bro, I just want to say, like, you've been killing it, dude. You've been doing really well.
Am I killing it though,
bro? Okay, so let's dive into that a little bit, because again, like this podcast is about real conversations. You know, I want to be real. You know, I want not to be like PC. No, let's be real. You know,
let's be real.
So I feel like a lot of the time streamers feel that way. You know, like they're not doing enough. So one thing I really appreciated about me and you recently, we had I'm not gonna leak the entire thing, but we had like a really good conversation when I dropped you off one day, after we hung out, and you were telling me, like, affirming me that I'm doing a great job.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah,
you're doing a great job.
But sometimes I feel that pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel that pressure. I feel the worry a little bit about my finances, different things like that. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of streamers just struggle with being able to accept just their status and to celebrate their wins, you know? And like, I don't know, there might not be an exact answer. I'm just curious about like your thoughts. Like, why do you think like streamers default to that so often, you know?
You know what? I think it's because we're so plugged into the platform and we see it. Like, we see the streamers, we see the numbers, we see people pushing out grinding, and then we see how there is some level of measurable success based on some kind of output, right? So I've seen people start with nothing and then just freaking blow up,
right? Like
in a short time period, for example. So because you can see that, you know that it's possible, even if there's a lot of luck involved or, you know, talent or whatever. I think streamers inherently can't help but compare themselves with other streamers, which is very bad, actually. And because sorry. I think it's very unhealthy to compare to other streamers, but like I personally don't really do that myself. But it's just thinking about what is the reality out there, like what is possible. You know, it's possible. Like, okay, for example, right before Ginny TTY went and walked around Taiwan, you're like, okay, well, you know what? The max viewership around for an IRL, like a full-time IRL streamer, is probably like 4,000 or 5,000 viewers, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's very hard to get to 10,000 viewers.
Yeah.
But she did it, you know? So now we know that it's possible. So if you know that that's possible, you're like, okay, now what can we do to keep improving to whatever degree? Even if you don't want to, you think, well, why not try to get to that level, to some level.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to explain. So for me specifically, my thing about not being at where I am is not comparing to other streamers. Because even when I look at the top streamers like Jake and Ginny and all those people in the IRL space, I don't want their life. Like, if that is what the top looks like, I don't want that.
Okay. What does that mean to you?
Whatever they have is not.
You literally just dodged the question.
No, I can't.
What does that
I can't
mean?
explain. I can't explain it. It's just like the life they have to live. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta travel and I gotta stream and I gotta do this, and the headache that I gotta put up with, the haters that I gotta deal with, like all of that package. And I'm not like that far from it, right?
Yeah.
That is not my dream life. I'm 40. I'm 40 years old now. It was my birthday last week. What? I never said that I want your life, Jake.
Just pay attention to the comments.
I'm sorry.
You're so glued to the TV.
No, I can't help looking at myself.
Read my pin message, Cook.
I can't stop looking at myself because of my
Read my
caca.
pin message, man.
I'm sorry.
Jesus
I'm sorry,
Christ,
Keem. I'm
bro.
sorry, Keem. I'm sorry. You can cut that out.
It's good for us.
Yeah. You can cut that out. You can cut that out.
We will address chat. We will address chat.
Yeah.
Just
you can cut that out.
focus
You can
here,
cut that out.
okay?
Okay, but
I know Jake's your butt buddy. You know what I mean? You guys suck each other off from time to time. But, you could let him be for a little bit.
Fat caucus. Wait, what was I talking about? I totally forgot.
I'm kidding.
You interrupted me.
No. We're talking about how you don't want that life.
I don't want that life.
Yeah.
It's because I turned 40, right? So what is different for me is from the get-go, from the jump.
Yeah.
I don't know about other streamers. I was just kind of explaining the comparison ship for other streamers.
Yeah.
For me, when I see streamers and they, I just think that is not the life that I want.
Yeah.
I never planned to be a streamer, like not a long-term streamer, anyways. So when I see all these streamers, no matter how big or small you are, I'm thinking of like as a 40-year-old man.
Yeah.
Where I want to be in life, you know, and whatever that is, this is not it. This is not the life. I'm having fun time doing it.
Yeah.
But this is not what I want.
Yeah.
Maybe I want kids.
Yeah.
You know?
So maybe you haven't figured out the exact details of what you want, but you have an idea of some of the things that you do want, right? And I think in life, like, sometimes that's the case. Like, you just can't figure it all out, and you're on a journey of, like, figuring that stuff out,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, streaming definitely helps you get there, but I
Right.
think it slows you down a lot, too.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
In that streaming is very hard because it's such a big grind. And it also, in my opinion, I think most streamers, it, like, deteriorates them.
Dude, look at a lot of, like, big desktop streamers. They have been the same person for 5 years, just playing games and doing the same goofy ass shit.
So funny.
So if you started off when you were 25 years old, and now you're 30 years old, still doing the same crap,
Yeah.
like your mental growth and emotional growth has really not grown that much. And yeah, anybody could say, "Oh yeah, but I'm a grown adult now." You're a grown adult numbers wise, and yeah, maybe because you have more money, you have that kind of experience, but you're not actually grown. You know what I mean? I mean, I started streaming when I was 35 years old, so
Right.
I'm already kind of old to begin with. But as a 40-year-old man, I still talk and act like when I started at 35.
But do you think that's
You know?
because... Do you think that's because of streaming, or that's just because of the way you are?
Okay, maybe the people that are like that get drawn towards becoming streamers.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea.
100%, dude. Yeah, I do, just to like kind of wrap this topic of discussion up so we could keep going. Like, I definitely do think streamers like often compare themselves a lot, right?
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me because in the live streaming world, at least for good streamers, and even like smaller streamers, like I'm talking. What I mean by smaller streamers is very relative, by the way. That maybe like people who have like less than 20 viewers or something like that, right? Even them, like they have strong communities. Like live streamers, they have strong communities and strong support bases, and it's crazy how like, you know, the people we're trying to impress, or the people we're trying to, I guess, entertain, those people are constantly letting us know that we're doing a great job. They enjoy our content. They support us. I mean, there are annoying people who don't, right?
I mean,
who
hey,
criticize us.
people say that the haters are the biggest fans.
Yeah. But the greatest support that we get is usually from our communities. But for some reason, as streamers, we just can't accept it sometimes. Like, you know, it's hard for us to accept it, right? And I guess I'm still trying to figure out why, but I guess it's much deeper.
You know
than that.
why? It's because we know that there are viewers out there. It's not like this for everybody, but there are viewers out there that are literally just like they look and act like cod pieces. Okay, they look like scrot sacks, and their brains are no bigger than, you know, like a child's brain. So when you think of one person being like that. If somebody types in, "Hey, you're doing a great job," it could just be you're imagining that thumb, like annoying orange, like, "Hey, you're doing a great job, man." you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't take everyone seriously because unless you see them face to face, and you hear, "Hey, you're actually doing a good job." It's
true.
hard to.
That's kind of. I never thought of it that way.
Visualize that, right?
Yeah.
And I know people are like, "Hey, you only read the bad stuff in the chat. You don't see all the good stuff." I mean, we could see the good stuff. We see the bad stuff. But, for example, when I was in TwitchCon Paris, I was at McDonald's. This was on Ginny Stream. I was at McDonald's, and these 16-year-old kids or 15-year-old kids came on, like, "Hey, Cook, let me take a picture. Hey, you know what? You're doing a great job, blah, blah, blah." And, like, those words I've seen in the chat many times. But when they said it to me in person, that actually made me feel some emotions.
Yeah.
Where I was like, damn, I'm doing a good job.
Yeah. Like,
You
it's
know?
a deeper connection in person.
Yeah. So, like, you have a tight community, and it's different, like, when you're in Discord because you're actively chatting with that. But when it's on stream like this, it's very much like a weird Black Mirror situation where, you know, it's
Behind the monitors.
Yeah, you're just reading a lot of stuff, right?
True.
And I try to associate humans to each
Me
name,
too.
but look, it's hard to really say everybody's a unique person, especially when you've never met a lot of people.
Yeah, that's true actually. And then I feel like, at least for me, like as much as I do appreciate like the opinion of my chatters and like of my viewers, I feel like these days I do really appreciate, like, in a deeper way, like the opinion of my peers. Can you identify with that? Like, what I mean by that is like fellow streamers, you know what I mean? Or like fellow people in the industry, but also like my family or like my friendships and things like that. It's not that I don't value chat's opinion. It's just more like I know them personally, and I like have a respect for them because I know them personally, right? And so I feel like sometimes I value that more, and I found that a lot of the times streamers can get a little bit burnt out because they're trying to, you know, get the approval from even peers, and they work their asses off for that, but sometimes it's just never reciprocated. So, you know,
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean,
you've always come off to me as a guy who just really just does his own thing, you know?
Yeah, well, it's because people have never put their eggs into my basket to like truly prop me up. I mean, yes, I've had some assistance throughout the way, but because people didn't truly make me, they can't break me either. Right? So why would I want to go and bend myself backwards to get affirmation from someone else?
That's fair.
Like, who is there out there that I want their respect?
Yeah.
You know?
That's fair.
I'm like, but like realistically speaking, like who is there for me? Like in the streaming space, I'm like, man, I really want that guy's respect. Nobody. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm just doing my own thing.
You know, they're because this is like I want this podcast to be real. You know what I mean? It's on the internet, but I still want it to be real. Obviously, you still need to be filtered in life, right? In a bit, but like I will say this: there are people in the streaming world who I do like. I'm not gonna say I work for their affirmation or work for their
respect,
but
other creators.
like, you know what I'm saying? It brings me a lot of fulfillment, and like it brings me a lot of like happiness when I do get like their respect and their approval. You know what I'm saying? So like for example, but I'm not saying I work only for that.
No,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
for example, you're one of those guys, right?
Okay.
And there's like a couple other people. I'm not gonna name them right now, but there's a couple other people.
Well, we have a relationship, though.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I understand where that comes from.
Exactly.
And I made you cry.
You want to tell that story?
I don't even remember that story, to be honest.
That actually is a very interesting
I made
story.
Keem cry on stream.
So actually, I've only cried twice on stream before. I've only cried twice on stream.
Yeah.
One time is when I cried when I was with you.
Yeah.
But it wasn't because of you. It was because I was going through a really like I was learning the ropes during that time about how to work with streamers on like scheduling shit. Because I'm a hard J, like Myers-Briggs. So I'm like to be a more.
Isn't that what J means?
It's judging. But that's not what it means. It's more like, I say that because it's like J's are normally more planned out.
Yeah.
And they're more methodical about what they want to do and what they want to like get done.
Yeah.
So when I plan out stuff with like other streamers, it's not easy because I feel like streamers are so bad at planning shit. Like John's shaking his head over there. I feel like they're so bad at planning shit.
Yeah.
Like even like getting ready for this podcast, I feel so bad because naturally before streaming, I was never like that. I would consider that like disrespect, like devaluing somebody's time. But I've learned through the streaming world that I need to learn how to be more flexible and such for other people, or it's just never going to happen. Yeah. But during that time, I was just like learning that, and it was really hard adjustment for me. Yeah. And I think it was just it wasn't just you, but like it was a buildup of things to where when I was confused about like, oh, like what's going on? Like, are we streaming at this time or like what's? Yeah. It just overwhelmed me a lot, and then like I like broke down. At that moment, and then you thought it was because of you, but it wasn't because of you. It was because like it was a build up for me. So that was like the one time I cried. And the other time I cried was like when I left Asia recently, because I was on a long Asia tour. Yeah, as you know, like and I left Asia, and I was like, it was so bittersweet when I left Asia, and I felt like, man, I met so many of these new viewers, like in a non-parasocial way. But I've spent more time with a lot of the viewers, as in like on stream. Yeah. Than my actual like family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like my actual family. So I cried actually because I was so grateful for the people who like supported my journey. That's sweet. Yeah, and so all right. Lame. Okay, dude. Lame. But quick question before we go to the next topic.
No, we're not even done with this topic.
Oh, really?
You're talking about getting affirmation from other streamers.
Oh,
and you're saying, oh, like
no, I was just mentioning
for example, blah blah blah. But like. But my whole point is like, but what is that going to do for you? That's only going to put you. That's only putting you in a mental situation where, like, if there are, let's say, levels and tiers, you're personally putting yourself in a tier underneath someone else. When it doesn't matter how long someone else has been streaming, how many viewers they got, you're the same. You gotta value yourself as the same. And he's just like, hey, you don't respect me and my work? Well, F you. You will one day.
That's the difference between me and you. This is the prime example of how Cook and I are dark sucks, light sucks, okay? Like,
I'm not the dark side. I'm not saying, well, F you. It's just more like, you're not even in my mental space. Like, I don't care. Like, no, I don't hate anybody. I don't love anybody. It's just they're not there.
That. I'm not working for their approval as like a very important thing. I live without it. I get by without it. It's not something I need to move forward. That's a very toxic mentality. If you need the affirmation of other people, if you need that to move forward, no.
Well, that's what you were talking about, right?
It's like an added encouragement to me. For my journey as like someone who's doing content creation for the first time ever, and I never thought I would be doing this as like a career. You know what I'm saying?
And look at you now, man.
It's pretty crazy.
You're doing this full time. You quit your job. You're flying all over the world. You're working with top companies like Red Bull and all these other places. You know, you're doing card pack openings with the toppest streamers.
Pull the $800 card, baby.
You know what I'm saying? You pulled the $800 card. You got us two old folks roped in on your first podcast. I mean,
it's
when you break it down, you're that's what I was saying. I'm like, you're doing good, bro.
It's really crazy.
You're doing good.
It actually is really crazy. Like John, for example, this guy's freaking producing my podcast right now.
Yeah.
When I started,
he hasn't changed the camera angle one time. Okay, lazy ass.
When I first started
Just showing my
IRL
caca
streaming,
on the camera.
his YouTube video was like the one video, like when I searched up IRL streaming on YouTube, it's his video. I watched his video, I learned about bonding through his video. And now he's like doing a podcast with me. This shit is crazy. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
it's
see, that's
it's
the
wild.
thing. You got that charisma. When you know what you want, you know how to get it.
What do you mean? I don't think of it that way.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you're in that position where you can navigate through the space, right? And you have your previous work experience to give you that meticulous, logical brain to break down, this is what I need to do. It's like a producer's brain, right? So you're like, okay, well, I want to achieve this goal. Who do I got to talk to? How do I get this done? Blah, blah, blah. And even if you're relying on other people to get that done, you're still getting it done. Versus, you know how many streamers are out there? They're like, man, I want a podcast, but they're not doing shit about it. They're just like,
That's actually
I
true.
want it,
That's actually
but
true.
I'm just going to wake up and play the same game over and over again.
That's true.
You know?
I'm like that. When I want to do something, I do my best to get it done. If I can't get it done because of other circumstances I'm not in control
Yeah,
of,
look,
screw it. But if I
say
could get
this.
it done, then yeah.
I could say this. If I think about my career in streaming, I feel like I need to be more like you sometimes. Because I'm like, damn, I've been just taking the slow, organic route. And I'm like, man, what if I do want to...
But you know what fucking sucks?
I don't do it.
You know what sucks? You're killing it. Well, that doesn't suck, but it's like you're like, you know what I'm saying? I work my ass off. Where's my growth, man? No, I'm kidding.
Okay, so
I'm
you
kidding.
want
I'm
that growth
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I've been in this space for
I'm
4.5
just messing around.
years,
I'm messing
brother.
around. I know, that's very true. That's very true.
I've been in this for 4.5 years.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
This
I'm
guy's
kidding.
been streaming for 2 years already, you know, and he's got me here.
That's actually true.
This guy's crazy.
I want you to know, though, I still consider it an honor to have you on the podcast. For real. I really
Good.
do. Thank you. Yeah.
Good. It is an
I
honor.
don't take it for granted.
I
but
could have been sleeping.
That's actually true.
You know what I'm saying?
And I feel
Good.
bad because I was supposed to stream after this today. But then I decided not to because I've had a long week and like yesterday's stream went really long. And then that's what we did in the morning because I was supposed to do something after, but we could have done this in the afternoon maybe.
We could have done this never.
Yeah, so
We could have done this never, but I said yes.
Oh
I said
my God.
yes.
Yeah. So all right. So this is a great segue into like the next thing. So
What do you think of the sandwich, by the way?
It's really good.
Right?
I like it. It's clean. Yo, so he added pickles into this.
Yeah. I'm a pickle guy.
It's really good idea. I like it.
I'm not a tomato guy.
It's a solid sandwich. The bread is nice and soft. Like the pickle is, I like the cut through.
I love these.
And I haven't had the voodoo chips.
Zaps?
I've had Zaps, but I haven't had the voodoo flavor.
It's all right.
This is solid. It's like nice and zesty. I kind of like it. But all right. The next thing I wanted to talk about is this. So we have to talk about this, and we need to share our honest thoughts. And you need to promise me you got to be honest about this, bro.
Make it spicy.
People know, everyone knows. We get compared all the time, bro.
Oh, yeah?
We get compared all the time.
All the
People
time.
look at me. They say, "Yo, are you CookSux brother?
Yeah.
Yo, are you related to CookSux?
Yeah.
Yo, you look like CookSux. Yo, you act like Cook."
Yeah.
People go into your chat and do the same exact thing, right?
No.
So wait,
No.
So you shut that down?
No.
I just ignore it now.
I didn't shut it down. Listen, you definitely had it work in your favor for a long time in the beginning, right? So it's fine. Now that he doesn't need it anymore, he's shutting it down. Listen, the thing is, that meme of being my son or my brother is always your cook's son, cook's brother, whatever, right? I never had to worry about anything like that until recently.
Oh, really?
Recently, people are like, "Hey, are you Keem? Oh, are you?"
So it's reversed?
It's reversed now. So now I'm like, okay, this is getting fucking annoying. Because in the beginning, I was like, oh, that's Keem's, or that's Cook's son. So I was just like, yeah, you know, the name Cook is first, right? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Bro, wait, I gotta flex.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I met MeesterKeem, right? I
Yeah.
met Miz.
Yeah.
I go up to Miz and I'm like, "Yo, what's up, man? Nice to meet you. I'm Keem." And he's like, "Oh, what's up, dude? Like, haven't we met before?
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
feel like I've met you, man.
Oh my God.
And I was like, no. And he was just like really like, no, dude, we've met. I feel like, how have we not met before? We've met before.
Yeah,
and I was like, wait, you might be getting me confused with CookSux.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he was like, no. I CookSux, I know that guy.
Yeah.
I know you, MeesterKeem. You're an IRL streamer. And I was like, what the
That's
freak?
probably him saving himself right there.
No, it's not, bro.
It's
Don't
like,
take that from me, dude.
I don't know. Yeah,
But yeah, that was pretty cool because I used to watch Miz a lot.
cool.
I was a Miz
Yeah,
kid.
you were a Miz kid.
Yeah, I was a
That's
Miz
what you
kid,
kept
so-
saying. I'm a Miz kid. I'm a Miz kid.
So anyway,
That's funny.
but continue. So all right, anyway, what I was asking is, what are your honest thoughts about the comparisons? You know, like that.
Listen, I keep saying
Honest
this,
thoughts.
I keep saying this on the stream all the time. Like,
You could tell me it's fucking annoying.
no, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
In the beginning, I was like, man, these people are fucking racist, man. Like, just because we're two Asian guys with glasses, like, I didn't really see it in the beginning. And
Okay.
then afterwards, I'm like, okay, I could see the resemblance if I like squinted a little bit.
Yeah.
Because also, as I'm getting older, my face is getting a little bit fatter, and my you know, like I'm looking not the same. Like maybe if it was 4 years ago, we'd look more similar because I was tighter back then.
Yeah.
But I say this on my stream all the time. Like one day, it's not going to be today. It's not going to be tomorrow. But one day, I feel like I'm really going to be slowing down, and you know, your growth is going to overshadow me one day. Right? It's going to happen. I want it to happen, and that's when I could start relaxing, because people like you continuing onward is going to still let me survive. I'm like, that's Keem's dad. That's Keem's whatever, right? So I'm like, if Keem ever gets to like 10,000, 200,000 viewers, I could just be the waiting room next.
I'm not.
Like,
I don't think I'm. Gonna
I'm just
get
saying.
To
I'm
10K.
just saying though. Like that's my
That's crazy.
ideal situation. Otherwise, I mean, I'm still just gonna keep growing and becoming the best.
Yeah.
And you'll just have that goalpost to keep chasing forever.
Yeah, and I will say this though, like my honest thoughts is like it does get crazy. Like people just, it's like their first thing that they say. It's so like just socially.
It's so racist, man.
Low key.
I mean, that's where
it's just
originally.
it's just annoying. You know what I mean? It's like it's not annoying, but it's just kind of like. It's kind of like, oh, like that's literally the first thing you say in my chat is, yo, are you CookSux, brother?
Dude, that's
like, you
crazy.
can't even lead with like, yo, what's up? Or like, oh, Pog, or an emote or something.
Yeah.
You lead with freaking, are you CookSux, bro? It's like so cringe, you know what I mean?
Dude.
But I do consider it like, because I respect you and I look up to you.
Okay.
You're my favorite IRL streamer.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Right? And a lot of how I do my IRL is shaped from watching you.
Sure.
So I do consider it like an honor too.
Yeah.
But there is a part of me now in my journey where I will always hold on to that, like the meme, because it's part of like my lore, and I actually enjoy it. It's fun.
It's not a bad meme.
Yeah, but when it's overdone, it's boring. You know, it's like annoying. But it's nice to refer to every now and then, just to remind myself of like how far I've come and things like that. But then I also want to make a name for myself too.
Of course.
You know?
I mean, you have made a name for yourself. You're the card opening guy. You know what I mean?
What the hell, bro?
You're the card opening guy. But I will say though, like as we're talking about this, even for me when I'm thinking about like in the beginning, like for as many people to go into your stream and say, hey, you're Cook's brother, Cook's son, whatever.
Yeah.
That shows that people know me.
Yeah, they
And
do.
that's kind of weird.
They do know you, bro.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Even though I started 4.5 years ago, like, I still think in my brain, I'm the new guy.
No way.
I know
dude.
I'm not the new guy.
You're not the new guy, and you're doing, bro. You're literally a top. Like, you can ask majority of people who know about IRL streaming. I guarantee you, you can ask. I hate
That's because I've
I hate
outlived a lot
making
of
like the numbers and the rankings and shit. I don't really like doing that much, especially like when it's like an actual conversation.
Yeah.
But if you ask anyone who knows something about IRL on Twitch, if you ask them who's a top 5 IRL streamer, they're 100% gonna say you. It's like
if they're maybe,
you know, I'm not interacting much with chat, but chat.
Yeah.
Do you agree? 1, if you do. 2, if you disagree.
look, maybe if they're like new to Twitch within the last year and a half. Like,
but that's just any IRL streamer except for maybe like Jake.
But if we're talking about people that have been watching Twitch for like 10 years, I'm not like anywhere
That
close.
would make sense then,
You know what
because
I mean?
like you haven't been around as some of the other
Yeah,
people,
yeah, yeah.
like maybe Hitch or Jay or Jake or even Ginny. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, they've all been streaming longer than me.
Yeah.
So in my brain, compared to people in my space, EXBC, Jake, Ginny.
yeah, EXPC as well.
They're all
Sorry.
older than me. I'm still new.
And Tallulah.
I'm still new.
That's fair, but yet you're still in the position you're in. Yeah,
I know. It's so.
So
freaking
maybe
weird.
we are comparable in that sense.
Yeah. So it's weird. It's weird because I think you'll never outgrow that mentality you have when you first get in the space, right? So for me, I think I'm the new guy. And there's definitely some times when people remind me that I'm not the new guy, right? Like when you're saying, oh, I've been watching your stream, blah, blah, blah. Or, when I met Logan last night, he's like, dude, I've been looking at your stream. I've been watching you. You're a legend. He told me yesterday, you're an OG. And I was like, that made me feel so old. Cause I'm like, I'm not OG. At least to myself.
Yeah.
I don't see myself as OG. I remember Relic Chris, he texted, we're in the DMs, and he's like, dude, you're like a legend in IRL stream. I'm like, dude, I've only been streaming for 2 years. What are you talking about? I'm a legend. You guys
I mean, you are a legend,
freaking
though.
Crazy.
In my opinion, you're a legend.
Yeah, but you guys saying that makes me feel old and antiquated.
Here's the thing,
but
though.
I'm trying to stay relevant and new.
People can create legacies in even short-term periods. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think of like professional athletes and stuff, like particularly like maybe a good comparison would be like UFC. If like someone has like reigned for like a specific amount of period, like for a short amount of time, like they can create a legacy. Like for example, like Conor McGregor, like his reign was not very long. It was not very long, but he is literally, when you think of UFC, you think of Conor. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe not as
compared
much.
as Conor McGregor.
No, I'm not comparing you to
awesome,
Conor McGregor.
But yeah.
But I'm saying like you could create a legacy in a short amount of period. So don't discredit yourself.
Period.
Yeah, so yeah.
Hell,
bro. Right. But yeah, I wanted to ask what you thought about the comparison because I feel like we just had to talk about that. You know what I mean?
I think it's. I don't know. Like I said, it's in my favor.
Yeah.
Still, if you look at it holistically from the outside, because it's like, I think it's more annoying for you because if we look at it on the tier level list, it makes it seem like you are the progeny or like the young, the next generation of me versus seeing you as someone on the same level, right? So I don't know. I feel like it's annoying for you. That sucks. If it is a shitty thing, for me, I see it as no loss to me. I'm only benefiting from it, so I don't know what to say about that.
I wonder, like,
but when they say, "Hey, is this MeesterKeem stream?" That's when I'm just like, "All right, bro, where are you? You're definitely just saying this to make me."
You still consider me though as like you still consider me as like the young guy, right? Like the
100%.
the step below, right?
No, not step below. It's the fresh face.
The fresh face.
Yeah, because
wait, can you elaborate
every year
on
there's
that?
fresh faces.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay,
like
got it.
Ogre Princess, fresh
yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Claire Lean, fresh face.
Got it.
Logan, fresh face. Even though they've been around for like 2 years or something. Anyone younger than me is like the next class, right? Like the freshman or the sophomore.
What do you think it takes? I kind of want to ask John this too, but like, what do you think it takes for like the young guy to get to like the peer level with the people who've been in the game for a while? And this is not just, I'm not just asking this for myself.
I can't answer that question because, like I said, I still think I'm like the young guy. But the only reason why I could see myself as
you're equal peer
because
with
I'm physically older, but also, in life, I'm just a more experienced person.
So it's just experience then.
So yeah. Well, I'm coming at it as definitely like a respectable man.
Yeah.
Just not a streamer.
Yeah.
And my stream, even though it's not like bussin', I think I have done enough on my stream to be like, hey, I can carry myself. You
have. I
can carry myself. So even if metrics wise, you might be looking at me like I'm nothing. Hey, give me that spotlight. I could deliver. So when I have that mentality, I just walk into any room and be like, I don't fucking care. We're all even here. So
I feel that way.
I think the young guys have to, if they think that way, everyone looks at them how they project themselves.
That's very true.
Does that make sense?
No, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. John, you want to share your thoughts real quick, bro? Because like John's been in the game for a while too, so.
What was the question?
John needs a mic.
What do you think it takes? Oh, you have another mic. What do you think it takes for I guess like someone who's newer in the streaming world to get on the level of like up here with people who have been on in the streaming world for a while?
That's an interesting question, because I think that first of all, it's a hard question for me to answer because I'm not like up there like a lot of people.
No,
so I'm like,
I'm not talking about success. I'm talking about like being in like the world of streaming for a while and such. You know?
Yeah, I
Versus
think
someone who's like newer.
I think from our perspective, maybe like Cook can agree with me, but when he and I see like newer streamer, or at least when I see like a newer streamer, you can kind of tell. I don't want to say immediately, but you can tell pretty quickly. Are you farting? Yeah.
Why, dude?
I can't hold it.
Bro, it's gonna stink. I'm eating.
Yeah,
bro.
but I farted into the corner of the couch, bro.
Oh my
It's
god.
like a little trap.
Oh my god.
It's a little trap,
bro.
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, why'd you fart in my direction?
I farted into the corner
All
of the couch.
Now I'm gonna make the title of my YouTube video for the podcast CookSux farts on my first podcast episode. And you got up too. It's gonna trail now.
Okay.
Anyway, continue, John.
What did I say?
John is talking right now. By the way, he's a
I
producer.
forgot what I was talking about. But
You see the young guys, the new people.
Yes.
I think most people who have been in it can tell pretty quickly like who is talented and who has it or who doesn't have it.
Fair.
Or you can tell who is passionate about it or who isn't passionate about it. And I think it doesn't really matter too much like if they have the numbers or not have the numbers.
Yeah.
If you can feel that from them, at
Yeah.
least.
Because then you know they'll eventually get there. Right?
Yeah. You can see the potential at least.
Trajectory.
Yeah.
And I think that's more important.
Who is for the podcast? Who is one person on like who you kind of caught an eye and like this person can get like this person's could take off.
Extra Emily.
I mean, she's already taken.
No,
off,
but
though.
I'm saying before she blew
Oh
up.
yes,
yeah. Before she blew up, I was
it's just
like,
clear she
Extra
has it.
Emily's.
Yeah.
She's a good streamer.
But all right, so actually, the first time I ever rated Emily, this is a little inside scoop for the podcast.
Yeah.
I was with you, and then you
Okay.
were like, "Wait, who's that person?" When I rated her, and then I was like, "Oh, this is Extra Emily." That's back when she had like 200 viewers.
Sure.
200, 300 viewers.
Okay.
And I was like, "This is Extra Emily. She's
But
a really
we hung
talented
out with. You met Extra Emily because I brought you out to that night.
No, that is not correct at all. I literally brought you out,
I had been talking to Emily that whole day,
bro.
before to
you
go meet her.
met Emily through me, bro.
No, that was through me.
Okay, you know what? You can have it. I don't care that much.
Because Keisha and Mikey were there too.
Bro, no.
That night in New York.
We met Emily for the first time at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah.
So I had already planned to meet with because we were
Yeah,
arranging that thing. I was
that's
like,
true,
Keem,
that's
come
true.
with me.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. That's what I'm
true,
talking
that's true,
about.
that's true.
Physically,
Yeah,
not actually
like
online.
hanging out and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably knew her before. Not that it's a competition on who knows Emily
Yeah.
the most, but
Yeah.
it was more like
Yeah, 'cause we don't care.
Yeah, no, we don't care about that part. But I was like,
we don't care.
I was like,
Who cares?
I was like, she's a really good streamer.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that she would blow up as much as she blew up, but I
Yeah.
was like, I see the
Yeah.
future, and it's just same with you too. I'm like, this guy's got it. This guy's got something.
All right, but we're doing pretty well though. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like our viewership and our communities and
Yeah.
stuff. But who's like a smaller streamer? You know what I
Right
mean?
now?
Yeah. Like, is there someone? If there's no one that comes off the top of your mind, it's fine.
It's tough to say because the people that I see, like I talk to them.
Yeah,
Regularly,
It can
right?
be one of those people. Who's like somebody to watch out for? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like a lot of these are like answers that people already know. Like, okay, T10 Net, for example.
Nat is definitely one of them.
I've known Nat for a
She
long
blew
time.
up.
I've known Nat for a long
She's
time.
killing
I
it.
think she's very, like, she's a good speaker.
Yeah.
Like on stream. Like, yeah, Froggy, for
she blew
example.
up too, though.
I discovered Froggy, you know, and now she's like one of the top Korean streamers out there.
All right.
It's hard to say. I don't watch too many new streamers anymore.
Yeah, 100%. I would say, the streamer campers are doing very well for themselves. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm too busy trying to grow myself. You know.
me too.
I'm kidding. I'm
Anyway.
I'm very satisfied with my level of stream. I know this sounds very weird and anti-streamer, but like I don't necessarily want to grow as a streamer any more than this.
Really?
Because like I would love to grow more on
It's not
YouTube.
your priority, right?
Well,
Oh,
like growing on YouTube
streaming.
and
Okay,
TikTok
got
and
it.
Instagram, all the socials, the numbers wise, that of course I would love to grow those because
Yeah.
it gives me more opportunities in the future. But as a streamer, I don't think I can scale well with more viewers, right? Like
yeah.
IRL adventure wise, it's going to be annoying. Even just my chat is like already too much.
Yeah.
Like I'm not here to become a millionaire from stream, right?
Yeah.
Like, so do I need more of anything else? I'm okay in this range.
I learned that a lot from you, which is what
Yeah.
put the pressure on my ass to like really put a lot of effort into my other socials.
Yeah.
And like I had that pressure to do it too. What I mean by pressure is like just like the encouragement, not like actual pressure.
Yeah.
But I had that pressure to do it because like, dude, you're doing very well with that, and I'm like, I need to grow my YouTube too. I feel like that's the next like huge goal marker that I need to hit. Like I need to grow my socials and like that are not Twitch, because my Twitch is doing pretty well.
Yeah.
But I think because of just my, I guess, how I came to be a content creator, like streaming has always been the thing that has kind of put myself in the conversation. So streaming will always be like
Streaming is
my
like a
main
very
priority.
active. It
Yeah.
keeps your mind sharp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I'm learning that the other stuff is very important too. So
I'm telling you, I learned that the hard way, and it humbled me a lot.
Yeah.
Right. Like 2 years ago, I was trying to get a new computer, a new PC.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, at that time, I was 2,000 average concurrent viewers and blah
Yeah.
blah. And I had talked to a PC company. I was like, hey, I'm interested. You know, you want to work together? Should we get a partnership? And then, you know, they look at my stream metrics and all that, and they're like, okay, you know, we love your Twitch metrics, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, since you're not really a desktop game streamer, we consider you as an alternative streamer, right? So let's look at your socials. And all my socials were shit, right? It's still shit. But they're like, well, we can't give you a free PC, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
And even now, like, no matter how hard I work on stream, Bethesda's not sending me a copy of Starfield, you know? Meanwhile, all these other streamers who have way less than me, they get, you know, fancy backpacks and
it could be that they
Starfield.
have that connection though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but how am I getting that? I don't have that. I don't got nothing. That's what I want. That's what I want. When I watched Cribs on MTV or, you know, all these other shows,
Yeah.
one of the things that you realize is the richer and more popular and famous you get, there's like no point in having any money because people send you stuff for free, right? I want to be in a place where I just get free shit. Okay. I'm still in a place where I'm paying for everything. I don't want to pay for anything anymore. Okay? I want free stuff. I want free food. I want free DoorDash. I want free electronics. I want free toys. Everything free. I'm like, why do I even have money? I don't know why I got money. I got a new camera though. You know, like I want that life.
Oh my god.
So yes, my stream, it's whatever. But
Yeah.
everything else, I need to figure that out.
Yeah. Damn.
I need
yeah,
to get
that's
those connections.
It's a really good piece of information for people who are listening to the podcast to know. Like that's a very good mentality to approach the content creation with, you know, and probably a lot of people are so busy grinding on Twitch or grinding on stream, they don't have enough bandwidth or time to focus on other things. But I'm learning to make more of that time, so that's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, the next thing I want to talk about is this. I feel like one reason why I've always appreciated you as a friend, and one thing I could really relate to you is like just the mentality of like wanting to help other people. Right? Like we're constantly in this mindset of like, okay, how can I sacrifice so that we can help our friends, you know, succeed even more.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very unique mentality to have in like the streaming space, because I do think, I'm not calling people selfish, but a lot of streamers do think like, what can I get? What can I get? A lot of times they don't come into something where it's like, how can I help this other person?
Of course.
But the craziest thing is that like collaboration, and that's not just like doing a stream together. It's like making real friends and genuine friends in this industry is probably one of the greatest ways to succeed on Twitch. Would you agree with that?
Twitch is one of those unique platforms where you have to not only be kind of selfish and greedy for yourself for your own growth.
Yeah.
But this is like totally a community effort.
Yes.
Right? Which is kind of weird because the company platform itself doesn't feel very community, but everything is encouraged to revolve around community.
Yes.
Which is, viewer relationship with streamers relationship with other streamers, with raids and collabs and all that stuff. So inherently, it's all through networking and the flowing of this water, the spirit water that we all have. And like, the better you navigate through that, the more longevity I think you can have. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't help people really because I think it'll benefit me in any way. It's just more like, I think that's just me as a person, Like, not to bring like religion and God and all that stuff into it, but like my life is all about, treating others as you'd like to be treated yourself.
Yeah.
And, there are times when people have helped me, like, with no reciprocation involved.
Yeah.
Right? And, like, when if that has happened to me and it's helped me grow to wherever I've gone to, if I can do that for other people, why not do it? Like, what am I going to lose besides time and money?
Yeah.
For helping someone else when I do technically have everything to gain.
Yeah.
Right.
I do think that's like such a great way to befriend someone, like wanting to put them, be selfless and help them, right? Yeah. And I feel like a lot of the times maybe the relationships that are built in the streaming world are very like business focused or professional. But one thing, I brought this up because one thing that I found a little bit hard, I guess, is like making like some really genuine friends in the industry.
Time.
Yeah.
Making friends takes time.
Yeah. But then I do have awesome friends too, but making like genuine friends. I'm talking about like people like I just ask like, yo, how are you doing? And it's not like always shop or cutting to, cutting to the chase of like, oh yeah, what do you want? Or like, when you message someone, you say, yo, how are you?
You do that. You're good. You're very good at that.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then they just ignore the how are you question and then they get to like the next thing you ask. But it's like, sometimes I feel like maybe it's, I don't know. It's hard. I'm conflicted about this, but it's like,
I think people are turning conversation into like TikTok. Where it's like,
interesting. Yeah.
It's just shortening everything.
Yeah.
Cutting out all the fluff.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
But like, I know it's like not the easiest to want to make friends in the streaming space. Like sometimes people have even told me like, yeah, you shouldn't try to make a bunch of friends. And I'm like, what? I'm like, oh really? People have said that to me.
Why?
Yeah. Because like it's like
you're gonna get burned. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Who cares
people
if you get
burn
burned?
You. People will try to take advantage of you.
Yeah, but
things like
what
that.
does that matter? Like. That's going to happen outside, not just in the streamer world, like that's just in real life.
Yeah.
Like, should you always be doubtful and suspicious of everyone that you meet?
That's very
like,
true.
That's like so, like I know where that's coming from.
Yeah.
Right? But I think inherently it's like such a elitist mentality. It was like, hey, be careful who you're friends with. Be very selective because your friends can dictate, it's like birds of a feather flock together and your friends dictate who you are as a person. But
yeah,
I think there's no harm in being a good person.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
I feel like you're so good at this how do you navigate through that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't. I'm just friends with whoever I want to be friends with.
But like I feel like there's a level of like you should be mindful about like how much you invest in a person. You know what I'm saying? Like as a friend, I don't know. That's just me. Like I'm not gonna keep investing in somebody's life if there's like, you know what I'm saying?
If they don't reciprocate.
If they don't really reciprocate, but then how do you do that? It's harder with streamers. You know what I'm saying?
I think for me is
through that?
I just do my own thing. Like I gotta just stick to do my own. I'm still not very good at it because a lot of my friend relationships outside of the stream world hella get left in the dust, and I'm trying to do a better job of of
Yeah.
reintegrating that, right? But
I should do a better job with that too, maybe, instead of
Yeah.
like, because like streaming takes away so much of your social life.
yeah, it's easier to
that-
keep in touch with people that are in the
Exactly,
in the
and that's what
world.
I'm trying to do, because like so much of my life is invested into like streaming
Yeah.
right now. So it's easier to just make friends in the streaming world, but it's not. It's hard. It's easier, but it's also hard.
I don't know. I like I said, I'm just doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And whoever is down for the ride,
Yeah.
that's who I would. I like to give my time and effort to people that want my time and effort.
Yes.
That's really it. So if people
So
reach
if
out
they
to
reach
me,
out to you and like they
then I'm
ask
like,
you, you'll
okay, then-
consider it, right?
yeah. It becomes more and more. So for example,
Yeah.
I received a DM from Barry, like BitBerry.
Yeah.
Uh,
Barry
on-
0314. She's a streamer.
0314,
Korean
yeah, it's her
streamer.
birthday. I got a DM from her on New Year's Day,
Mm-hmm.
like 2 years ago. And she was like, hey, Happy New Year's, blah, blah, blah. Like, I haven't talked to her
Yeah.
really before that. She was like, Happy New Year's. And I was like, oh, she went out of the way to say Happy Birthday.
Yeah.
Happy New Year's. Now I'm going to do everything for this woman now.
Yeah. I
So,
love that.
for anybody that, when I don't even ask for it, that's how you get my loyalty.
Yeah.
Like Sora on her New Year stream, she does the whatever that's called in Korean, like the 새복 많이 받으세요, whatever.
Yeah.
She did that to me on stream. I was like, I'm gonna give you $100, even though you got $100,000 on your birthday just a couple months ago. Here's $100.
Yeah. Damn.
Now you're my sister. I'm gonna protect you for the rest of my life.
I need to be reminded to do that
know
on New
what I
Year's
mean?
for you.
I mean, hey, look, it's easier when you're an attractive woman, okay? But I'm just saying, for example, when people, want my friendship,
Yeah.
I'm very eager to give to those people.
Yeah.
More than me having to chase people down.
Yeah.
What
What do you mean chase people down?
I'm like, hey, you want to be my friend? Hey.
No,
Hey, how you
it's
doing?
never like that. It's never like you want to be my friend.
Well,
but
that's
it's
what
like
I'm saying, though.
you have to initiate sometimes, but then you know what I'm saying. Like I don't know. It's a very interesting. I've found it to be a very interesting thing to navigate through. Like it's just
Streamers are weird anyways.
so many streamers are just jaded and cynical that they can't think about real like social interactions as like no agenda.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
it's
streamers
very
are all
tough.
messed up, dude. Like, there's a
Yeah.
there's a certain circle of streamers. Like, I don't mind being like orbiting around that area, but like to be in that space, I don't want my brain to be corrupted
Yeah.
in any way because it is such a weird world.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's not just streams, right? It's Hollywood in general. Streaming has become too Hollywood. And that's the joke. That's the joke.
It's also the reality.
It's the reality.
Yeah, it
but
has
it's the
become
joke.
Hollywood.
The joke
Yeah,
has become the reality.
It's also because streaming has blown up, like because of COVID and everything. So I guess like people
Yeah,
are
but-
treated more like closer to celebrities and stuff.
Yeah, but it's taken away the specialness of what streaming was.
Yeah, like what old Twitch was, right? I don't even know what old Twitch is really, but I heard there was
I don't
like
know
a
old Twitch.
magic of old Twitch that just is not really here anymore as much.
I mean,
So and that sense of small community vibes.
I only know Twitch from 4.5 years ago when I started. So
Yeah,
even
fair.
from back then,
fair.
it's become too produced. Everything's too produced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
John's from old Twitch.
yeah.
It's too produced.
So to close this out,
Yeah.
this area, what do you think? Like in the streaming world, what are some things that like I guess you kind of see where you're like this person's like my actual friend? Like one thing you said is like they take the initiative to reach out to you, no agenda, but just like they have that initiative to reach out. Is there anything else? So like for me, it's like one thing that I consider like in the streaming world to be a real friend is like we could talk about non-streaming stuff a lot of the times and not just talk about streaming.
Non-streaming stuff's so boring to talk about, though.
It's not though.
Let's
It's
talk
not.
about like politics and religion.
Whoa,
and
I'm not
food.
talking about like all
You
things.
know?
Like I'm also talking about just like like what did you do off stream? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, or like even how are you doing? Like, are you struggling? Like, are you doing all right?
So
You know?
what's
That's
the
really
question?
deep.
Your
but
question is,
what are some of the things you'll see in like a real
look,
friend? In the,
I
in
will,
the
I will
streaming?
say, for example, like John and I, we've known each other for many years.
Yeah.
And we don't talk all the time.
Yeah,
But I can say that John is one of my friends because when I do contact John,
Yeah.
John's there.
Yeah.
And I think it's vice versa. Whenever John needs me,
So it's
for
like
anything,
availability.
I'm there. It's not availability because a lot of people are just available.
Yeah.
It's more like people will make the time for you. So if people are willing to make time for you,
Yeah.
that's when you know that's your friend.
Yeah.
But if those people are like, I'm busy and I got this and it's always
That's very true.
like everyone's got schedules, everyone's busy. But when people make that free time deliberately for you, that's and it doesn't necessarily have to be like on stream
Agreed.
or anything like that.
I actually
but
like
when
hanging
people-
out with my streamer friends off stream more than on stream.
I do too. But
Yeah.
I mean, just the fact that they're willing to do that, even on stream,
Yeah.
that shows a different level.
Yeah.
Because if they're not, if they're on your stream and they're not on their stream, they're not making any money. They're not necessarily benefiting from it,
Yeah.
but they're doing it for you,
Totally.
right? So
Yeah. All right. So we're
shit.
closing in, right? And
Yeah.
there's one thing we got to talk about too. Is that traveling? We're both travel streamers, right? You have a very unique lens of like the travel experience as like a traveling streamer. So I want to like ask you like some questions about the traveling. So like just how do you feel about traveling after doing it like so much now? Like is there still a level of thrill and excitement for you, or like
I mean,
where's your stance on it right now?
So the good thing for me is, okay, so when a lot of people start stream, they stream their game, right?
Yeah.
Like Minecraft.
Yeah.
And for the first couple of years, they love Minecraft. But after a while, like, man, I'm fucking sick of this game, and I want to try some different games. And they try something else, and then viewership tanks, and like, I don't know if I want to do this until you transition to being a variety streamer. Mm-hmm. For me, I became a streamer because of travel, right? To make IRL content, and even though I think sometimes the lifestyle effing blows, living from suitcase to suitcase, hotel to hotel, flight to flight.
Yeah.
It gets taxing on your physical body.
Mm-hmm. Even I feel
Yeah.
that, and I don't travel as much as you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I feel that, because it's human to feel that, I still love the unknown, like going somewhere, walking into a restaurant. You don't know if the food's going to be good or not. There might be a hot chick in the corner seat that you could sit next to that you might become friends with. Like, you just don't know. You might get on an airplane and then the seat next to you might be a hot chick.
Yeah.
Everything revolves around hot chicks. You don't know who you're going to see. It's just fun and exciting. So to me, that part, I still love it. And that's why I can never really fully just quit everything and become a desktop streamer, right? Because that doesn't feel fulfilling to me.
Yeah.
But it's just hard to do this all the time.
Yeah.
So when I talk about my future life as a streamer, like, I know I got to keep doing this to
Right.
succeed and to keep, my viewership or to keep earning money. I got to keep streaming and traveling, but I physically just can't do that.
Do you
gotta slow
think
down.
that the current, like, all right, so I think one of the current metas of IRL streaming
Yeah.
is like you got to travel a lot. Like
That's
to be
become-
one of the top
that's
streamers.
That's become too much of a IRL meta.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you think that's like, what are your thoughts on that, man? Do you think it's sustainable? Like, what do you think, man?
Definitely not.
I
sustainable.
agree.
I mean, I
agree.
talk about this concept on stream all the time. I feel like people that have been in the game for a long time, like myself and some of
Yeah.
the streamers, we travel all the time, but we do it because we're able to, right? We've gone
Exactly.
to a level where we can
Sustain
technically
yourself,
sustain ourselves and
make
pay
it
for
work.
it through the stream.
Yeah.
But like all the new kids that are trying to get to this, they get hella burnt out because they have to put in more work to even
More
come
money.
close to that level.
Yeah.
So a lot of people quit before, actually turning a profit or whatever, or they just give up because that's not what they want in the first place.
Yeah.
But I think this travel meta it's already dying too.
What
I
do
don't
you think?
this is the move?
What do
This
you
is not the
think
move.
if there is a shift of IRL meta, right? What do you think the next one's gonna be?
I mean,
Ooh, these are good questions.
No. I say this all the time. Like, I think you're doing it well. Emily's definitely doing it well.
She is.
It's incorporating both a desktop life and the IRL life.
Yeah.
I think IRL in the future is like should be the hobby part, not the meat and potatoes part.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Huh.
Monday to like 3 days a week, you should have a desktop stream, and then 2 days you could do IRL, right? And then that way you can concentrate and make more focused IRL streams, and it becomes more special.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Keem's going outside today. What's Keem gonna do?
I'm gonna say something pretty based.
You know?
I feel like the current meta of IRL is so bad, not only for the top streamers who can do it, it's bad for the category. Because it cannot, the smaller streamers who are not the top dogs, who can't afford it and who cannot live that lifestyle, they literally can't do it. And the top streamers are essentially, unintentionally, bottlenecking those streamers from growing. So it's like, it's bad, not only for the top creators in that it's burning them out.
I wouldn't look at it like that, because you could just do whatever you want.
No, yeah, 100%.
Right? Everyone could still make IRL content. It doesn't have to be travel content. Like, they can still make IRL content, but they just don't do it.
No, I agree.
I feel like a lot of IRL streamers they want to take the easy way of going out and you know, just looking at a building and eating some weird food, and that's the content, and call it a day. But it shouldn't be like that anyways.
Yeah. And I think that's something that Emily's doing well. Like she's in Texas right now, and she creates her own content. Yeah. It's hard to be able to like create innovative content in one area consistently like that, like especially high octane, like crazy ideas like the way that she does. But I do think that it's like,
well, it's more or less the high octane 5 ideas.
Yeah.
Rinsing and repeating that same idea just with different elements. It's like instead of,
I'm not meaning to single her out, by the
instead
way.
Of
I'm
eating
just saying she's a good
100
example.
pieces of sushi, it's now I'm eating 100 burgers, or I'm doing this 100 times, 100 handshakes. Like, it's the same idea, just cycle through.
Yeah.
But
the reason why I said that is because like it's so hard, you know, for the smaller creators to like do that, because they literally just can't, you know. And it's like I hope that there's a meta that evolves soon that is more obtainable for like people in the category just in general. But I mean, there'll always be a separation, because that's the reason why people are at the top, because they have unique content. You know. But I don't know. But anyway, back to the question. What do you think? If there is a shift and like something just helps IRL take off, or you know, the next meta, you know, is there? Do you think there's another one? Like, what do you think the next one is? If you were to just say, if somebody asked you,
I have an idea of what I think is okay. So for the longest time, I've been trying to figure out what is that next step, right? For 4 years, I'm just like, what is the next IRL? And, you know, I've seen the ups and downs of IRL. I feel like IRL in itself inherently is boring. For the most part, there's too much downtime compared to a YouTube video. There's too much downtime. And like, not every streamer's like me, where I'm still trying to fill in dead air by just talking all fucking day. It's still inherently boring, right? It's more like a, you know, second monitor situation. I have an idea of where I want to take IRL streaming next, but it isn't necessarily the next full step. It's like an iPhone 14 going to an iPhone 14
Pro
S.
Oh yeah, something like that.
Before going to the iPhone 15.
Yeah.
Right? And definitely it's really just right now my half step is story driven content. Right? So for example, I think a lot of people just travel for the sake of traveling, or just do lifestyle for the sake of lifestyle. But, you know, I think my chat knows, for example, like when we go to a country like Scotland, before I go to Scotland, I'm like, hey guys, when we get to Scotland, I'm going to be searching for the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
So for 2 weeks, every stream revolves around that concept, right? So, hey, we're in this town. Let's see where we're going to go. What can we do to prepare? So let's talk to the people. Where can I find the Loch Ness Monster? What do I do? Okay, where's a good place to eat? You know, I got to get some lunch. But is there a bookstore where I can get some Loch Ness Monster books? And, you know, it still incorporates that. And then people are like, oh, you know, if I like this content, let me see what's the next episode. In the next episode, you're driving to the first lake, and you're like, okay, this is the place where we're going to find Loch Ness Monster. It's like, oh, it turns out it's the wrong lake. You know, and then there's story incorporated into IRL adventure, which is basically like, instead of watching a 10-minute long YouTube video, it's a 10-day long, you know, story.
Yeah.
And then people could just kind of tune in and get invested that way.
Right.
So that's my half step. I think the next half step beyond that, like Streams with a Purpose, is get a lot of people involved.
So more like collaborative content doing in IRL.
But collaborative more so than the way that we're doing it.
Yeah.
The way that we're doing it
so
is
like
too
more
small.
like you're talking about more like for example, like a friend group. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like
imagine if
groups?
OTV all live streamed at the same time IRL.
Yeah.
I mean, the easiest comparison, I mean, hate to mention it, but don't hate to mention it, give credit where credit's due. It's like Ice Poseidon, right?
Yeah.
And the CX gang. Like, they're all just streaming together.
Yeah.
Like, that is essentially like the next half step.
Yeah.
Where you got the mainstream and
hold
you
on,
got all
hold on.
the...
Are they live together at the same time? Hell no!
I know.
Hell no!
Yeah, but the thing is,
Hell
people
no,
can watch
bro.
who they want to watch. They can split off
That
and
already
do their own
exists.
thing.
That
Yeah,
exists. You could go to Japan.
Yeah, I know. But,
I'm kidding.
but what I'm saying is, inherently, as a system, as a concept, that is good for everyone. Yeah, Jay Streezy knows exactly, because, you know, him and I were talking about this.
I mean,
it's like,
I think multi-streaming the same POV is...
No. I'm not talking about same POV.
Oh, so like, can I give you an example? So like, for example...
I was in Korea. I streamed in Korea for like 2 years. I know exactly what POV you're talking about. That is not what I'm talking about.
Okay. So like, what an example of it... It doesn't have to be the exact example, but similar to it.
Shit, sorry.
Cook needs to go. I'm sorry. I don't have to... I can't afford him anymore. No, but like if at Streamer Camp we did a scavenger hunt, right? Stream in Santa Monica, and 4 hosts went live.
Yeah, because you can only squad stream 4 streams.
Yeah, and they were all in separate areas, separate POVs, separate teams. Is that something like what you're related?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I've done that in Korea.
I
with
think that's awesome.
I
think that's awesome. That's a great way to do cross.
I've done that with like Uni and other streamers, like competitive games. Like that's one way. Or like if we all just go to Loch Ness ourselves for like 5 days, you know, from the morning till night, everyone's doing their own thing, or sometimes they hang out together.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? It's more like,
it's tough to get people on the same board as that. I feel like. Yeah. It's really tough, especially because of how competitive streaming is and how competitive IRL is. Even though people would say it's not competitive, people know damn well that they're competing against
Yeah, but
each
also
other.
people are just like, hey, you know what? I want that viewer boost where both of our communities are on my channel.
Yeah,
but
so
like,
if it's
what's that gonna
worthwhile...
do? But what's that going to do? I've done so many of those joint collabs, you know, with other streamers. Those streamers don't get that permanent boost, you know, so why do we have to force it? Yeah. Why not have 2 streamers stream? They both get the ad revenue. Yeah. You know, and they both get the money wherever they were going to get anyways. My Oilers aren't necessarily going to give you your stream money. Your Oilers are not going to give my stream money anyways. So who cares if we get an extra 200-300 viewers on that one stream? Like, what's better for the content, you know?
I want to see more of that. I'm with you on that. I want to see more of that.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it, but
I don't want to see it with just IRL streamers. I want to see it with a blend of streamers, like people who don't normally do IRL, but putting them in an IRL setting. I want to see that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So you know what I'm saying, like
anything IRL.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, all right. We're reaching a conclusion. Don't worry. I'm being good on time. I see the time right there. We started like about 15-20 minutes in. So, all right. So talking about travel and stuff, you know, we talk about making everything work and such. And so I wanted to ask you just 3 really good questions like that have to do with your opinion on the traveling that might be good for people to know in the podcast. So these are quick answers, you know. What's your favorite place you've ever visited on stream?
Favorite place I've visited on stream?
Yeah, like country, wherever.
Vietnam.
Okay, why?
Because I can get nice back massage when the stream's over.
Okay, fair. Vietnam.
Yeah. And the food's good. It's cheap.
Yes.
And lot of cool people to interact with.
I like Vietnam too. I'm excited to go back, but mine has got to be Thailand. Stream
Thailand was my favorite until I met
you met
Gao
someone.
Gao.
Who the hell is that?
It's my physical therapist.
Wait, is there stream lore to that, or is it off stream?
No, that's off stream lore.
Oh my Gao Gao. Wait, can you introduce me to Gao Gao?
I can introduce you to Gao Gao and her friends. Her 20 different friends.
Okay, dude. All right, sure. What's the best part of traveling for you?
Best part of traveling?
One singular thing.
Being able to meet hot chicks.
Okay, but in reality, though, how many have you met?
Hot chicks?
Yeah. Wait,
I've
just
met a
meet
lot of
them, or
hot
like,
chicks.
like befriend them, and you know what I'm saying? Like, is that what you're talking about, or you're just talking about meeting them?
Just a chance. It's like a scratcher ticket.
All right.
You know?
All right. For this podcast, be honest.
Okay. Wait.
Has there been a local that you've met recently on one of your trips?
Recently?
Or maybe not recently, like maybe in the past few months on one of your trips. Has there been a local that you've actually like hollered at? Or like try to, you know what I'm saying, maybe get in
Tried to
maybe.
and succeeded?
No, it doesn't have to be succeeded. Tried.
Okay, I'm telling you, tried, yes. But
I've had none, so.
Tried, yes. But it's very hard for me because when I'm done with stream, I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to go home and I want to sleep. Like, I don't want to go out and party more.
Yeah.
So that's very tough.
Yeah.
It's very tough.
Yeah.
Especially like you know what? Let's set a day to have a date and stuff. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Because I feel guilty not streaming.
Yeah.
On those days. Mm-hmm. So it's actually very hard to meet people that are not streamers.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. For me, I'm old and I'm selfish and I want my free time.
Fair.
But
all right.
Yeah.
What's the worst part of traveling? Singular.
Flying. Yeah, I've grown to hate flying the most.
Really?
It takes too much time going to the airport, checking in, waiting in line, doing the security,
the long flights,
getting on the flight, and then just sitting there, crying babies, people coughing, get off, immigration, get your luggage, get a car. You know, like that process just takes too much time.
Bro, I need to get on a flight, 8-hour flight back home.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
It sucks.
And I have to get on a freaking 12-hour flight to the UK. In the next day. It's gonna suck so bad.
It's the worst waste of time. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
And it's like a whole day gone from your schedule. Like your whole week, you lose a whole day.
Fair. Next question.
Next question.
Most money spender. Like, what do you spend the money on the most when you travel?
Flights. Flights and hotels.
Really? Yo, in my opinion, the hotels, man.
Hotels.
Well, I don't even go crazy bougie.
Actually, no, hotels more than flights.
Yeah, it's just, if you're there for a month, if it's the wrong
yeah.
place, game over. But Thailand, or Vietnam.
Thailand, Vietnam. Southeast Asia is good, but it's just fucking hot.
Yeah. Right. Oh my God, what was the last thing I was going to ask you? Damn, I forgot the last thing. What was the last thing? It had to do with the money.
Whose toes would you like to suck?
Oh my God. All right, I think that's a good cue. But no, yeah, traveling is not easy and stuff, and I do think that the reason why I want to diversify my content is because I just don't see myself doing this for the long haul if I continue to just travel only and just do only IRL. So I really hope that I'm able to like.
That's because you just want to. I think you just want to be a streamer in general, not necessarily just an IRL streamer.
I love IRL. There is truth to that. I want to be an entertainer more than anything else.
Yeah.
But I love IRL though. It's my bread and butter. Like
IRL is also easier. I mean, it's harder, but it's easier. When I
get that.
Yeah, it's hard to explain.
There's more in IRL
Yeah.
to make out of nothing than a
Yeah,
desktop
yeah,
stream.
yeah. It's a bigger.
When you come
playground.
into a desktop stream with nothing to do, if you're not a gamer,
Yeah.
you're screwed.
If you
I'm
have
not a
no
gamer.
idea. Yeah,
I wish
yeah,
I was
yeah.
good at games, bro. If I was like Jake and I was good at games and IRL, I would be mixing that shit up so
Jake
much
is not
more.
good at games. I could beat his ass in every game. He's not in the chat no more, anyways. Somebody clip that and send it to him.
Oh,
I'll smoke his ass in Street Fighter.
I'm gonna have to get you on my my other series. I play against people who have a reputation for being non. Actually, you have a reputation for being a gamer though, so you can't.
I have a reputation. People were surprised
No,
that
like-
I even have video games here.
I might have to go against you then.
Yeah.
And that would be a good one. Anyway, all right. The last thing I wanted to talk about in the podcast today, this section is like just we wanted to talk about like going forward. So what's your end game look like for you? Like retirement.
God, this is like the third time I've had this conversation.
Oh really? What's your end game? I'll ask that
okay.
and then I'll ask the second question, which is like, what is the retirement like?
So,
you know what I mean?
so this answer is a tricky answer because it used to be an answer. Like I used to have an answer to this.
Right.
So when I started streaming, I told you guys the story that I was going to do this travel show, right? Mm-hmm. So I wanted to just do streaming for 2 years.
Yeah.
Get my experience and then somehow transition back into production and be like, hey, you know, I've streamed and I've experienced this. I know what it's like to be a streamer. I know blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it was kind of heading that way. My first trip in Italy, you know, I got discovered by the G4 TV people and, you know, I got recruited to be a host, consultant. You know, I was going to have my own show, my own TV show and all that stuff. Like that was down the pipeline until COVID happened and everything kind of changed. Like John was around during that time period. Like their plans changed for everything. Like I went from being a very important part of their plans to, you know, all those people that I worked with stopped working at that company.
Yeah.
And it just transitioned into something else. Adam Sessler and the gang. But when that stopped after 2 years, I was like, oh shit. Okay, I don't know if I necessarily want to go back into production right now. I still have streaming, so let me think about streaming. And then, you know, you're streaming, and I'm like, okay, maybe I got to start my YouTube now, and I got a merch store. You think about the very small things that you have to do, which I'm still doing right now, but you lose sight of the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So I'm in that place where I'm getting those small things, all my ducks lined up, and time's running out. Now it's time. I really got to have that end game.
Yeah.
Because if I don't have it, what am I doing this all for?
Yeah.
So the answer, to be honest, I can't tell you. I don't know. Like, I don't want to stream forever. I would love to, but I physically can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to sit there and just. Like, there's got to be more to life than this. Like, Steven was asking me this exact question. I was like, I don't know, bro. I just want to farm.
Yeah.
I want to be away from people. I just want to farm and be with my girl.
Yeah.
And play the guitar on the porch.
Yeah.
You know, like
you want to settle down.
like a wheat.
You want to settle down.
I want to disappear. I didn't do this to become famous and popular. This is a means to an end. But unfortunately, there's no end yet.
Yeah. You don't see it, right?
I can't visualize it, and that's a problem.
So you can't even. I'm imagining then, if that's the case, you're not even thinking about retirement then, right?
Not now.
Yeah.
But every year I was like, hey, this is my last year. I'm going to
Yeah.
retire. I'm
Yeah.
done. But I don't know what that means. And
Yeah.
I really am hoping that I could figure out how to just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love this life. But again, I can't do this.
I feel
I can't do this every day. I'm old.
It's not an easy career to be in too. I think that's why it's so open ended. Like even for me too, I don't have a very clear end game.
Right.
For me, it's like if I just can't sustain myself financially anymore, or if it's just if I'm not feeling fulfilled anymore, I told myself I would just stop.
Right.
You know. But if I did stop streaming, my hope is that I could work in like this area.
Yeah. Of course.
But just not as a streamer. You know.
I mean, I said a long time. That's where I imagine you to go.
Really?
Right. So, what I'm saying is, you know, when you're having this talk with me, and I'm telling you that this is what my life looks like.
Yeah.
The goods and the bads. Right. As a top IRL streamer,
Yeah.
In my category right now, is this the life that you want? You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna be just like you said.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to be one of the top IRL streamers
want
right now
this life.
because I don't want to live that life that they're living.
Exactly.
I don't want to. I'm being honest.
You've seen better.
I don't want to end up like like Jake's my friend and he talks to me about how hard it is for him. I don't want to be like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want that life either.
And as much as I admire what Jay's doing too, like traveling all around, I cannot.
I don't want to get diarrhea every day.
I do not want that. I don't want to go to Egypt. I don't want to go to India.
Yeah. I want to go.
I like those countries.
I don't want to stream there.
Yeah, I don't want to stream there.
Yeah.
That's different. Like I would love to visit. I don't want to stream there though. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to stream there.
I don't want to have to live this life.
You know what I'm saying? Like
so throw up all the time.
Yeah. You know, and spending money on hotels like every single night. I don't want to live that like as a streamer, and it's just not. Yeah, it's scary for me. So I'm just trying to figure this out. But yeah.
Yeah, and people say, hey, you could just do it right now. Just quit everything and just go move on a farm right now. But I'm like, how am I going to make money, bitch? I'm not going to try to grow turnips and sell that at a farmer's market. I want to be a billionaire farmer. Like, I want to have the money and then just live on a ranch.
Have you ever considered the reality of would you ever consider just stopping the traveling, continue the streaming, but just like.
LA's not fun for stream, bro.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Emily's pulled it off in Austin, Texas. Austin's not exactly the most fun.
But she's
city.
she's not us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's very.
Hello, Earthlings.
you know what I mean? She's very unique, so she could pull that off.
Yeah,
if me or you were to do shit like that, we'd be on LSL like cringe Asian streamer.
Well, I mean, I'm already cringe Asian streamer.
Cringe Asian male streamer talks to employee at restaurant.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Her and my content's not too different, you know? I just do the slower, longer version of it, right?
It's kind of true. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so we're not that different. It's just more like there's only so much that I can look at and find entertainment from, because if I'm not excited about it, then I can't pretend to be excited about it on stream, right? So that's why traveling is like, oh man, I'm excited. It's a new land. It's a fresh start. It's a new story.
Yeah.
But here I'm like, hey, let me show you this. Let me show you this. Yeah. I don't like the show and tell version.
Yeah.
I want to be with everybody else and consuming together.
Yeah.
Right? So let me just end this topic with one example that I've had very recently.
Okay.
Right? So I was and maybe you might relate with this, but I was in Portugal on stream. And this was after, a couple months of traveling in Europe by myself. I was just so lonely. And at nighttime, I was in Lisbon, Portugal. And in the city center, around midnight, some dude, like, I hear the guitar. There's a guitar playing and some guy's singing. It's jamming. I'm like, what the heck's going on here? So I walk down the road, the street, and I see a huge circle of people just singing along, dancing, right? And I'm like, wow, this is lit, man. People are alive here in Europe. Like, they're just living. They're just sitting, listening to this guy play the guitar and just jamming, and they're just hanging out with each other. And then I'm like taking my camera, just like pointing it, at the crowd. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. And then I'm like, I want a better view. So, I squeeze through, and then I go to sit down. And while I'm sitting down, I'm pointing the camera like this, right? Everyone's dancing, looking around. And this whole time, I'm like, wait a minute. What the fuck am I doing? Why am I not dancing in there? I had to pee, so I didn't want to shake my body too much. But I'm just like, how come I'm not living? These people are all living. I'm an IRL streamer. I'm not living.
Yeah.
I'm here just showing the world.
I felt that way a
world.
lot when I was in Japan, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could do all these activities and I could talk to people, ask for Instagrams, I could eat this food, but I'm just showing something. And that's where I'm kind of becoming not jaded with this experience, but I got to stop IRL streaming like this because I don't want to just be a shower and teller.
Yeah.
That's not, I think, good entertainment.
I agree.
So if I can figure out how to enjoy this as well. You know, because obviously there are times where I do enjoy it and live it. But if I could do a little bit more, and that's where I think, you know, bringing other people and friends is very important, because there's only so much you can do by yourself. Like, you can't just go to the bar 10 o'clock while you're traveling by yourself. You can, but you got to hope that there's somebody around you that you can befriend.
Yeah.
Like, why hope for that when you can just bring somebody along?
Yeah. That's good thoughts, man.
I don't know. I'm just saying I'm kind of just over just showing.
Yeah. I agree with you. I don't think that's fun. And, you know, the point of traveling is to enjoy the experience for yourself so you could remember it, like, forever, right? So,
but you also don't want to, like, do too much of that because you're not including chat, too. So
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So, all right. The last major question that I had for you is this, like, you got anything coming up? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. Like, what's your passion right now? Like, for example, like, for me, freaking TC. Oh my God, I dropped all my cards. Holy crap.
Would you spill something on there?
No, wait, my $800 card.
Oh my
Here
goodness.
it is. Like, for me, I've been trying to dive into, like, a different hobby, you know, like TCG. Things like, not only because it's good for stream, because, like, I like learning about it, right? So, like, what is something for you, like, I guess maybe with stream or just in general, you got kind of going on? Like, what's some of your passions?
Dude, my passions, I mean, you can see from my house and the way I live. Obviously, I have a addiction to plastic.
Yeah.
Right? I love
plastic
terrible
crack.
choice
of words, man.
No, like my toys and shit. You know, I have a huge addiction. Not addiction, but like that's been my passion before. Yeah. Like I make money. And turn that into its own thing. You know, I used to have a toy review website. I made YouTube videos about toys. Like, it's been a thing for my whole life. And for a long time, I never incorporated that into my stream because I was like, who wants to see toy shit? And then when I went to Japan this past year, I did a lot of toy shopping on stream, right? And then, you know, I was saying how I become like Rain Man, more Dustin Hoffman than Tom Cruise when I'm at these toy shops. I'm like, this is an Optimus Prime from 1997, and you know this. He's got a right tinted window in a different color because of, you know, I get like that, and it's a little strange. But Japan specifically, my viewership became better when I was doing that content than when I was doing my typical obnoxious IRL streamer eating food on the street kind of guy, right? So I want to incorporate more toy stuff, but the way that I want to do it, I can't say is very interesting for the mainstream generic crowd, but more like I want to hyper focus. Like, look at the detail on this girl's leotard, like the shading underneath her left puffy nipple. It's like,
oh my
perfect.
Gosh, man!
You know?
Yeah, I hear you.
I want to do more of that, and then you know, take those segments and put up on Twitter so that toy companies would notice me. I don't know. It's weird. That's like one side thing I want to delve into more.
Yeah.
You should be like the older Ryan.
Yeah. Like Ryan's Toys, but the old creepy version.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Shit. For sure, man. And this is the end of the podcast, pretty much. Where can people find you for people maybe who are tuning into this for the first time?
Don't look for me on Twitch. Look for me on YouTube, please.
Okay.
YouTube.com/CookSux. I'm really trying to put that up. It's hard, man.
Yeah.
It's a hard uphill battle.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I don't know, that's it.
Yeah.
New video every week.
And the man behind the camera, the producer for today's episode, is John SF. So you can find him on youtube.com/JohnSF or on Twitch as well. He's also on Twitch. So really appreciate you, man. Be on the podcast. Hopefully there'll be, I don't know, when do you think the MeesterKeem CookSux adventure possibly can be? When do you think? If you were to estimate MeesterKeem CookSux adventure.
Not today.
Yeah.
I mean, Keem was thinking about doing today, but you know, I feel like there's a bigger adventure sooner than later. There's got to be there's going to be a fun adventure. I feel like there's got to be a good concept.
Yeah, 100%.
In the right time, the right place.
You know, in all this time, we've never done a adventure together.
What do you mean?
No, we've done streams together, but like a trip.
I haven't done a trip with a lot of people.
That's actually very true. Yeah, true.
I haven't gone on a trip
Speaking
with
of
John.
trips with people, you know, if you need me to come to hang out with the Double Dragon, the Three Musketeers.
Three's a crowd, though, you know?
Yeah, true.
So,
Okay, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we already got water. Water's like the third wheel that's going to be there.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
Well,
gonna be too
technically
much.
you are, because Water and Jake are together.
Nah, not
No,
when we're
yeah.
together.
No. You're the third wheel.
Not
No,
when we're
for sure.
together. Water's the
It's
third wheel
definitely
at
you.
that point.
It's definitely you.
Absolutely not.
Anyway,
Trust me.
I want to thank everybody for tuning into the podcast today. John, thank you so much again for producing. Cook,
John.
thanks for being the guest,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
To end it off, let's just do a quick cheers.
Okay, we barely ate our
All right,
sandwiches.
cheers. Yeah, we'll eat after this. It's fine. Cheers. John, cheers, brother. Chat, cheers. And yeah, the next podcast, episode 2, will probably be sometime next month. It could be in the beginning of the month or the end of the month or middle of the month, whatever.
Yeah.
If I have a good guest, I'll have him on a podcast. And so, really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for the subs. If you gifted a sub, if you sent me a dono, whatever it may be. And, I'm trying to figure out if this is good for a live setting, but I have to figure out a way to integrate with chat a little bit more. But again, I want this to be a podcast. Not necessarily
Well,
like
the podcast can incorporate chat.
that's true.
You know, like
but it's the time too, because like if it's too long and it goes up on another
true.
platform, it doesn't do well. So
True.
yeah, I think even today we went a little longer than expected, but we're gonna chop this one up.
You
So
don't chop that.
yeah.
Well, when you guys are saying peace and love, it just means the podcast part is over. Keem could talk to you guys
Yes,
still.
yes,
Like,
yes,
The
yes.
stream is still going
Yeah,
on.
100%. So
Yeah.
thank you for watching episode 1. First one's out of it. Hopefully next time we'll be on an actual stoop, but LA was raining today.
That's
so badly.
stupid.
Yeah. All right, GG's.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
That's the outro? Okay.
That's the outro.
You could.
All right, we're done.
Yeah,
All right, so
you chat. I gotta
we are
I
now
gotta call my
done,
dad.
Chat, what did you guys think? You gotta call your dad?
Yeah, my dad was calling me. So, you didn't even try the mac salad.
I'll eat that one. Okay.
Eat it on stream.
Wait, chat, what did you think about the podcast today? Thanks for
you guys.
adjusting.
I'll be right back. I gotta talk to my
Sure.
dad.
Hey,
John, you could
can
talk
I
too now.
can I plug something?
Sure, yeah, go for it.
So if anyone's going to TwitchCon,
Yes,
I'll be
please.
hosting the
John, just sit
IRL.
here, dude.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, we're just chilling now, so. Good shit, good stuff. Yeah, it was really good, right? It was a good blend of spicy, but also, like, informative.
Yeah, nice podcast. And you didn't even eat the sandwich. Look at this.
I ate it. It was good. Again, the
was
focus
yours?
is not the food. The focus is in the food, so.
If anyone is going to
Q&A,
TwitchCon, then please come to the IRL streaming panel, which is gonna be on the Friday, which is I forgot what date that is, but it's at 3 p.m. in the Nom Nom Theater.
Is it going to be
3 p.m. in
streamed?
the Nom Nom Theater.
For people who
I
are not
believe,
going?
yeah. If you're not gonna be there physically, it'll be streamed in the Nom Nom Theater channel, I believe.
Nice.
Something like that.
John
So,
is
yeah.
hosting it. Who are some of the people who are going?
I'm hosting it. CookSux will be there. Jake and Bake, Crazy Japanese, Ginny, TTY, Rob CD,
All-star cast, guys.
and there's a host. But anyways, he's not Irish.
Yeah, I'll be there for sure. I'll be there watching, guys. Make sure you tune in if you're not going to TwitchCon, and if you are, make the time to be there.
please
So,
attend. Anyways,
really good
congratulations
stuff.
on your podcast.
Thank you so
First
much.
episode.
Yeah, it's hopefully it just gets better and better from here, guys. You know, I don't care so much about it being not scuffed because the nature of the what I want to create is just like authentic, nostalgic. Those are my main priorities. So, yeah, it sucks how we couldn't do this on the stoop. You know, like I want to be outside when we do this.
Oh, yeah, maybe you can say like what happened.
Oh yeah, like, oh wait, what do you mean?
Like, your concept was that you wanted to do it outside.
Yeah. My concept is I wanted to do this outside on like an actual stoop, like on a staircase. John would have definitely been able to make that possible, but it freaking rained yesterday, and then it was drizzling today. It was wet on the ground, and I didn't want to take the risk of us doing the podcast and it starts raining, even though it probably wouldn't have. So I just adjusted and we did it in here. So it is what it is. You know, it's called on the stoop because like that's the feel I want to go for. The moments where I was on the stoop as a kid, hanging out with my friends or as a teen. But it doesn't mean it needs to be on the stoop every single time. So, but I'll do my best for future episodes to get that done. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
After you produce one episode, do you think you'd be down to do more when I'm in LA?
Yeah, of course.
Sweet.
Of course.
That'd be amazing.
I always wanted to do like stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like more.
Your podcast is awesome.
Thank you. That the podcast was really hard to produce. On top of like doing it and the like the income back.
Yeah.
I should say,
I hear you,
the worth. It wasn't worth doing, so it was too hard. But yeah, if I can help you doing it, then
I
that'd
really
be cool.
appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah,
you.
John, you've always been a guy to me, like who's just always down to help IRL grow. And I really appreciate that about you.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't care. Whatever.
That's
IRL.
such a John response, chat.
IRL.
Yo, chat, I was supposed to stream after this, but I'm going to be very honest. Oh my God, I forgot. Wait, guys, big announcement. Oh my God, I forgot this shit. Chat, oh my, everyone left. Damn it. Guys, I'm launching my, mods. Are you in here? I'm launching my, Twitter post for my Europe trip announcement. So, please go to my Twitter. I'm launching it right now. Mods, if you could just post the link in the chat. It's gonna be on Twitter. I just posted it. Twitter and Instagram. So please, guys, I want to boost the engagement on this. Yeah, please. Okay, so I just pinned it to my profile. All right, I made an announcement for my Europe tour. Okay, my
Damn.
Europe tour.
Sponsor it.
I want to, but
Promote
I can't.
that. Promoted.
I
tweet.
wish, but I can't. So I'm posting it right now. And the art is by Pan Marzipan. She killed it again, guys. She went off again. She went cray again, chat. It's so good. Yes, we'll be going to Europe. The next stream that I do, I might do a planning stream on Monday, like planning / like chilling, but very likely not. I'm tired. I need a break before I go crazy when I'm traveling, because I'm going to be grinding out there. So, but yeah, we're going to Birmingham 5th to the 11th, London 11 through 15, and then 15th to like around the last week of September, we're going to Germany. All right. So please go and like the tweet, comment on it. If there's any Apex people, or like people in London or Germany that that could hang out with, or just comment on it that you're excited, and just, yeah, please go and boost the engagement of the tweet and like of the Instagram post. I would really appreciate that. That'd be amazing. Why the F would you go to Birmingham? I'm going to be streaming ALGS. I'm streaming ALGS. So, very excited. Very, very excited. Who's paying you to go to What?
Birmingham.
Oh, Birmingham? I'm not getting
Chat
paid. ALGS is the Apex Legends Global Championship.
You are paying him to go.
I wish EA paid me. I wish they paid me. But they're not. They're giving me full press access, though. Or content creator media access, so I'm very, very excited. I see you guys have liked the podcast one too. Thank you guys for that. But right now I'm trying to boost the hell out of the trip announcement. So please go and retweet it, like it, comment on it, please. Did you just show your foot on my stream, bro?
I might have.
Yeah, EA's in the game.
Accidentally.
All right. Thank you so much, Kimchi. All right. I really hope this is a good trip. It's not as long as my normal trips, because I don't want to be away for 2 months again. But, yeah, we'll be away for at least 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. So, yeah. And please follow my channel if you haven't already on Twitch. We're almost at 30K. What's up?
Damn, 30K.
We're almost at 30K. And Cook is going to get mad at me if I don't try this macaroni. Where's the fork? Okay, let's see how good this is. Macaroni salad.
That doesn't look that good.
It doesn't look good, yeah.
It doesn't look bad, but it looks.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you rate LA sandwiches versus
New York?
New York.
It
or
depends
East Coast?
on where,
Based off of this.
This is solid. Brothers is
This
good.
is solid.
I like Brothers. Compared to New York delis, some New York delis are a
Okay.
huge miss. Yeah.
I can see that. When I was in New York, I'll be honest, their sandwich game is way more advanced than Southern California.
Really?
But even San Francisco sandwiches are better than LA sandwiches, in my opinion.
Brothers is solid though. I like this. It's good. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for going to like the stuff. I know the streams have been a little bit different than usual this trip. Like I did a short ass stream with Leslie and Myung at the card shop. That was like 2 hours. You guys are probably hella confused. Yesterday I did a desktop stream, which wasn't hella confusing, but it was pretty scuffed because I was like not at my setup, but it was fine. And then today is like a podcast, so I'm trying to mix things up. And I hope you guys are enjoying the content, guys, for real. What's your view on Twitch Turbo?
That's a weird question.
Why? I think Twitch Turbo's goated.
Goated? Do you have Twitch Turbo?
I have Twitch Turbo. As a streamer, I feel like Turbo's necessary. Or unless you want to watch. As a streamer, I watch a lot of Twitch. So I feel like as a streamer who watches a lot of Twitch, Turbo's like a non-brainer for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, so.
I watch a lot of YouTube. I have YouTube Premium, but I don't have Twitch Turbo.
Chat, do you think this was good to do on stream? Like, what do you guys think?
I think it is. I think it's more fun to do a podcast on stream.
Yeah, because we're still reading the comments and everything. Like, I was reading everything. It's just, I just think it's very messy and chaotic when you just constantly refer back to chat. So it's good to focus on the conversation, you know? Like, freaking Cook, I told him beforehand. Like, don't think so. Like, he's kept doing it, man. He's just a natural streamer, I guess. I was like, come on, man. Pay attention to the conversation.
He still has the sticker on his TV. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a sticker and like when you buy the TV, there's like a sticker thing on it.
What the heck? No, it's the it's the screen. Why does he have that there? It's an OLED TV too.
There's like a plastic protector in front of his TV screen.
Yeah, on the lower left side. Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Dude, I gotta pick your brain about like a travel like podcast setup. You know, I gotta pick your brain. Because I want something that's like sustainable. You know what I mean?
I would say you would do like your backpack.
Yeah.
But you have those,
different camera,
wireless microphones.
DJIs are great. They're great. You know, it's just I feel like the action camera is not the greatest for like a podcast. You know.
I don't think it matters. To be honest, it doesn't really matter what it looks like. It
That's
just
fair.
matters more so like what you guys are saying. And
That's very true.
Because people are not going to really watch it.
I have been trying to maybe I've been thinking about investing in like a different, like a nicer, crisper, better low light camera than the action cam for different scenarios. You know,
that's what Jake did, but I haven't seen Jake even use his camera.
Well, yeah, he uses that camera for vlogging now.
Does he even vlog?
He does.
Really?
He's pushed out some crazy YouTube videos.
I've hardly ever seen his.
He's offline
videos.
and does it. So. But yeah, I wonder what Cook wants to do. Is he gonna? He's talking to his dad right now. I'm keeping it live right now, to be honest with you guys, because I don't know if Cook wanted to do something afterwards. But you're going somewhere afterwards, right? You're going to the.
Yeah, I might go to the K Play Fest.
Yeah, I was supposed to go there and stream. I had like access to stream at not K Play, but Burbank. It's like right. It's at the same convention center. Burbank, Anime Impulse, K-Play, and there's one more, right? SneakerCon.
That's all the same event.
It's all the same
I don't know
event.
about Burbank. What Burbank?
Burbank is at the convention center. It's not in collaboration with those
What is
other
Burbank?
three. Burbank card show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He didn't leave. It's his house. What are you talking about, Young Ugly?
Why didn't you go stream?
Podcast on the stream is fine. You can have Q&A afterwards. Yeah, I was gonna do Q&A, but it was the podcast episode was long already, so I took it out.
Why aren't you gonna
Nikita.
go?
Huh?
Why aren't you gonna go?
I'm still gonna go. I'm not gonna stream though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just don't think.
After this, I'm gonna pack up all this stuff and then drop it off at my place. And then
it's gonna be a lot of
change and then go.
traffic, right? You know, it's
It's 2 right now. It's still a good time.
Yeah.
I would probably have gone there around this time anyways.
Yeah. It ends late though, right? Like 7, 8, I think. Everything ends
I
at like
wanna say
7.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
So something like that.
I hate the traffic. Also, I might need to take care of some stuff off stream today too. So, which reminds me, I need to message this person.
Okay. Cool. Chat, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope the audio was fine, and all the the video and stuff was good. It was all my gear. I would show it, but I can't. I mean, I kind of can. Should I show it?
Yeah.
You guys want to see?
Go for it.
This is CookSux's room, as it appears now, in all my gear, kind of in a way. That's his TV and everything. Hopefully, he doesn't have anything I'm not supposed to show. But my switcher, yeah, that's all the setup.
Yeah, it's like an interface and everything, right, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta pee. I'll be right back. You can talk to chat.
Okay.
Both the podcasters left.
Yeah.
Chat,
What is this?
Been here in a while. Wait, they can't hear me, right?
No, they can't really hear you. He said he hasn't been here in a while, and then he's.
Crazy how much shit he has.
It's crazy how much shit he has. That's what he says. Why did they both leave me here? I thought they were gonna turn the stream off. They just left me. Can I turn the stream off? Everyone left me. I'm not supposed to be here. This isn't my stream. Oh. The gear is sick. Thank you. Can you plug your socials for us? John SF. JONSF. Except on Instagram, it's JONLSF. Not that one really matters. Someone already took John SF. Your stream now? Yeah, what's going on? Is it? He should have ended the stream and rated someone. Entertain us. What's up, everyone? John SF on the motherfucking mic. It looks weird because you guys are seeing me from this angle, but I'm looking at the TV, which is over there. I wish the chat was here, so I could look at the camera, but. John wears gear LA. I don't know. I hope that guy's doing well. When are you gonna stream again, John? I don't have any plans to stream. Probably. Okay, for me, I'll be honest. I don't really stream that much anymore because I prioritized other things on top of streaming. Now that I have a real life. But I am trying to do more YouTube and TikTok. So when I do stream, it will be when I have a YouTube video prepared. And what we like to do is have a YouTube video watch party. What do you think about Tekken 8? I don't think it's going to be a good game. I think they went in the wrong direction with Tekken 8. What was your podcast about? It was basic, this podcast that you just watched. It was basically like this. It's almost identical, almost. Just different people. When are you gonna take Keem to the Bay? I'm down. I'm down to take him. I think you're gonna go to Burning Man. Ice cream so good, yum yum, gang gang. Can you give a shout out to your WikiFeed page? Yeah, it's meatspin.fr. Don't forget the FR.
Is he done? Sorry about that, guys. Is everything okay? Yeah, no.
Yeah, hey, they're back.
It's been a long time.
All right,
Sorry
you guys
that.
could close it.
Is it done?
Is what the?
The conversation?
With my dad? Yeah. No, I didn't think it was going to take that long.
Streaming, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I can see. Wait, what'd you think of the mac salad? Not good?
It was pretty good. It was solid.
that. I like that mac salad.
It's not crazy good, but it's solid.
It's cold in here.
Yeah, it's pretty chilly.
Fuck.
You lowered the temperature during the podcast, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're gonna wrap things up. We're done pretty much. Unless you're not gonna do anything right after this, right?
I still got all this shit to organize and clean up.
Yeah, it's up to you. Whatever. Because not.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna chill for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, if I stream, maybe I'll do later tonight.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. John, can you put it back on this cam? Guys, thank you so much for watching today. Mods, I can't see anything. Oh, freak! I need help.
Freakadelle croquette.
Let's
you guys have a good time watching the show?
They liked it a lot. Oh, I know who to raid.
It would have been nice to actually sit on a stoop.
Can somebody
though.
help me raid? I know that would have been nice.
This is
Can
more
we
like
raid
a prototype
Abe?
episode, like
I can't
episode
do
0.
it. Can we raid Abe?
This is more like episode 0. You know, it's not a actual.
Stop, man.
Stoop.
Yo, I'm happy you're on the first podcast episode. They liked it a lot. They said their podcast was really good. So
I mean, most of these people heard me complaining about the same thing over and over again, but
no, there was a lot of new stuff we talked about. I mean, but you talk about a lot of stuff, so
I don't know. I just don't want to come off too serious.
dude, it's a different setting. It's fine.
Yeah, but I noticed that when I have these serious conversations on other people's streams, like when we talk shop, I get like real, like hyper focused and serious,
Talk
and like
shop?
it's not fun. And I'm like, ew, I'm so cringe, dude. I'm so cringe. So I've been trying to like actively not act
Join
like
the raid,
that
guys.
when I have these kinds of convos. So I don't
They
know.
said they liked it a lot.
Well, I hope people learn something
Yeah, I
from me.
see it, Putin.
You guys have a lot to learn from me.
Did you have a good time though?
Yeah, time went by fast.
It did, yeah. I was really good about the timing, but there was just a segment where we went a little longer than I expected,
Sure.
and then yeah.
I think you need to hone in on the gimmick part though.
What do you mean the gimmick?
Like, what's the hot ones, right? They gotta
Oh, yeah,
still
yeah.
eat the wing, you know? Like, there's something that is the through line.
I like that. I'll think about
So
that.
something has to still, like, if it's the sandwich, like, we still have to talk about the food, you know?
That's
get
true.
back into it.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of was having trouble finding time to eat, you know?
I mean, I was eating well while you mean.
Yeah, I know, but maybe it's because the table and the furniture.
No,
and
that's
everything.
what it
don't
was.
know.
I think so. Yeah. All right. Bye, guys. Peace. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
See ya.